Oh, yeah! You know what time it is. That's right, it's time for the Eddie and Webby Podcast! Yo, I'ma bust out some theme song action for you. Check it out. The Eddie and Webby Show is the place to be. They're talking about beer and pickleball and technology. So if you didn't know, now you know. 'Cause it's time for the Eddie and Webby Show.
On today's episode, Eddie and Webby shake it like a Polaroid picture. This is the Eddie and Webby Podcast.
Go long. Farther. Hiya! All right. Oh, hey, how's it going? This is Webby, not Eddie.
And I'm Eddie, and this is our 73rd podcast.
Oh, yeah, episode number 73.
That's right. This is 73. We've already said that a few times, but guys, I'm excited because it's one better than 72, but not as good as 74.
Right? And not quite as good as 75, which is a huge milestone, but we're getting there. We are getting there.
We are very close to number 75. And guess what, Webby?
What?
We have an amazing guest tonight who I'm really excited to be able to converse with. I think there's going to be plenty of laughs and plenty of good times learning about pickleball. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely going to be a very fun night. We got a lot in store for you all, so I think it's going to be a very wild ride.
That's right. And guys, remember, we are live. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. And we're live on Twitch, which we did have a confirmed Twitch viewer join us for our last episode of Dinking Around with Eddie Webby. So we know you're out there, those Twitch fans, for sure, right?
Yep. Twitch Chris 2.0 joined us.
That's right. The new and improved Twitch Chris. I'm excited to be able to get to our guest tonight. And as we do, be sure to be able to put questions or comments in the chat below. We might even be able to show them on the screen. So definitely do that. But Webby, before we get to our guest, I want to know, the world wants to know, the universe wants to know, what's going on in Twitter?
Well, that is an excellent question. I'm going to pull Twitter up on my phone here. Twitter has just been blowing up like crazy. It's been blowing up more than ever. And let's go ahead and see what's on the Twitter sphere here. Here is a tweet from Andre the Baron. And he says, "So bummed I missed my opportunity to be on Eddie and Webby last night. Hashtag pickleball." And I think he is referring to last week when we did Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby, because we gave an invite to anybody tuning in if they wanted to join us. And Chris Medina accepted our offer, and he joined us, and that was super fun. He was connecting to us all the way from Japan, too. How wild was that?
Yeah, that was such a fun episode. If you guys haven't had a chance to go back and check out Dinking Around number 24, 27? I don't remember which one.
Something like that.
It's our most recent
recent
one. Yeah, check it out, definitely.
Yeah. All right, let's do another tweet here. This one's pretty fun. This is from Nuipipo Pickleball, and they said, "Thorough test and honest comments from pros. Check out this review video to find out what YouTuber Eddie and Webby think about Nuipipo MX22 and MX06 paddles." And yeah, we recently posted a video. That company was nice enough to send us a couple paddles. We are not sponsored, but they sent us some paddles, wanted us to give our honest feedback, and that is what we did. We weren't big fans of one of those paddles, but the other one we actually did like. You'll have to check out the video to see which one. But yeah, I was surprised. Those are very inexpensive paddles. I did not have very high hopes, but one of them surprised me.
I would agree. Here's the thing I think is funny here. Honest comments from pros? Are we pros?
Yeah. Right. I don't know about that.
Pro podcasters? I don't know what.
Yeah,
what
I feel like
pros
they
but
very loosely used the word pros, that's for sure. They were very generous with that term, because I don't think anybody refers to us as pros at much of anything pickleball related.
That's right. But hey, it's nice to hear.
I'll accept it. Yeah, I liked it. I'll accept it. All right, let's do one more tweet here. This one comes from This Week in Pickleball. and they actually retweeted something of ours, and they said, finally, some real interviews and on-court mics in pickleball, #sarcasm, and that is in regards to one of the bad dink reading videos that we posted recently, and that was during the PPA Margaritaville Underground Invitational. We gave that the bad dink reading treatment, so if you haven't checked that out, you definitely should. It's a very fun series that we just recently started doing. It seems to be a big hit, and we will definitely continue making more of them. But
Absolutely.
yeah,
Those
thanks
are
everybody for all the tweets. Those were very nice.
great tweets. We really appreciate that. If you guys want to tweet to us, tweet at Eddie and Webby.
That's right.
Well, Webby, I don't know about you, but I feel like people are sick of hearing us chit chat, and they want us to bring on the guest. What do you think?
Yeah, I am sick of hearing us chit chat also, so I think that's a great idea.
Well, our guest tonight is another legend in the sport of pickleball, and he's been in our podcast before. His last appearance, though, was at the Perrin pre-party for the 2019 Beer City Open, where he basically hijacked our podcast, which was totally fine. I used the term hijacking with the utmost admiration. He has a strong presence both on and off the pickleball court. Please welcome to the show, Rob Cassidy. What's going on, man?
What's going on, you couple of professionals?
You heard that, huh?
Yeah, man. Good to see you guys. Good to hear you.
Yeah, you too, man.
Good
I'm
to be
glad we
here.
were able to get you on. I know, as I mentioned, you were on the podcast before, but it was kind of you were one of like 30 people that jumped on that night. So I'm glad we get a chance to kind of sit down and talk directly with you, learn a little bit more about you. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, there was a little bit of hijacking, but I won't let it happen again.
All right, I'm gonna take your word for it.
Okay. Nice.
Well, Rob, as I mentioned here, obviously, you are what I would consider to be a legend in the sport of pickleball. And
Thank you.
you know, I do want to ask a question that everybody's going to be surprised by me asking.
Okay.
And that
Yes,
is,
let's do it.
what are you drinking tonight?
Aha! Nice. Normally I wouldn't be considered, it's hydration season as we have a tournament just around the corner. And by around the corner, I mean within the next couple days.
Right.
But for you two, I ran on down to the closest watering hole and grabbed myself one of these bad boy Stellas that you might see me enjoy from time to time. So cheers to you guys. Cheers to pickleball and to the refs and volunteers. Yeah.
I like it, man. You know, Webby, I
Nice.
don't think we've had a Stella on the show before, have we?
No, we have not, but I do enjoy that from time to time.
What are you going to be enjoying tonight, Webby?
Yeah, I'm very excited about this. This is something I kind of want to soak up the last few days of summer here in Michigan. It's officially autumn and fall, and it feels like it's been getting a lot cooler. But this is a New England IPA. I associate that with summer. So this is from Big Lake Brewing, and this is called
Boom.
Big Lake Camper Hazy IPA. So I've been loving the hazy IPAs, the New England IPAs, all that good stuff. So that is what I will be drinking tonight.
Ah, very
Very
nice.
nice. Very nice.
And I got the
Well-
Big Lake Brewing glass too. So we all know it tastes much better if you use the glass made by the brewer. It's just a known
gotta do
fact.
that.
Yep.
Yeah. Shoot.
What about you, Eddie?
Well, since it is end of September, it's about time for Oktoberfest. And typically around this time of year, I like to enjoy some Oktoberfest beers. I usually like to get German style, but all they had at the local store was Sam Adams, which I'm not going to lie, it's not a bad Oktoberfest. So I'm not too disappointed in it. However, I do feel like it is important that I drink it out of my boot for the evening.
Ah, nice.
There you
Das
go.
Boot.
So that is
There
what
you go.
I'm going to be doing, is drinking out of Das Boot. Although in German, I think it's pronounced Das Stiefel.
There you go.
Am I saying that right?
Nice,
Does anybody
Eddie.
know German out there? Yeah.
Oh, you're on it, man. Yes. 50% German. I'm glad you asked.
Okay. Cool, man.
I'm just-
50% German. That'd be funny. Well, good stuff. Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to enjoy a little bit of this and finally dig into Rob's background in pickleball. So why don't we all do a quick cheers?
Oh no,
here?
yeah. Cheers to you guys. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, Eddie. Cheers,
Cheers.
Webby.
That was all foam, by the way.
Very good. Very tasty.
Yes. So, Rob, why don't we talk a little bit about your background in pickleball, how you got into the sport?
Okay, well, it's a long story, Eddie.
Okay.
It's long. You want to hear it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, I could start real early and let you guys know how lucky I was that it was actually in the schools in Rochester, New York. I'm from Rochester, New York, and even in 5th grade, my gym teacher, Dave Thomas, was teaching the kids pickleball because he already saw the value in it. That was in 2000, which feels like not that long ago, but factuality is 20 years ago. So yeah, 5th grade, and then again in high school, it was in the curriculum because fortunately for me, the Northeast saw or recognized the positive nature of pickleball and what it has. So yeah, even in high school, and then I happened to go to college out of state in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Coastal Carolina University to be specific. And as a freshman, going down that list of the intramurals that you're going to play and trying to keep yourself busy, and pickleball was on there. So I don't know. I couldn't have been more lucky, or perhaps it was unavoidable that I was going to have pickleball in my life. I was destined for pickleball greatness, if you want to call it greatness.
At
But
what
I'm
point
thankful
in
nonetheless.
learning the game? Yeah, for sure. At what point in kind of your journey with pickleball did you realize after that like, oh man, this is what I want to do with my life right now?
Nice. So yeah, it happened in college a little bit, but it was my first winter off of after graduating. Psych degree, sociology minor. Good times, good times. What's up, Dr. Joan Pyrock, for getting me through it? That was the dean of psychology at the time.
Okay.
I can go on and on. No, but first winter off of college in New York, I had nothing to do. And I just happened to be dropping off paperwork at a rec center for a group home that I was working for at the time, and I heard the sound. I've heard the sound before, and I knew exactly what that sound was. I said, "Are they playing pickleball in there?" And they're like, "Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday." And I was like, "I'll see you Friday." And I was just so fortunate enough again because as the rumor has it, in the state of New York, outside of Rochester, especially at that time, there really wasn't much going on in terms of high level play. But in Rochester specifically, which I happen to be from, there was a lot of good play, and there was a bunch of 60-plussers who really showed me the ins and outs of the game, and they were happy to have me, which I was grateful for, and I was certainly happy to have them, and I was really sponging it up at the time. It kind of came down to they'd make a very sweet shot, and I got it. I could return it, and then the next one they'd be like, "Nice, but can you get this one?" And they'd put a nice little angle, and it became like, let's find out, and so that's kind of where I got my wheels and my understanding of the strategy of the game. I remember the day I learned my third shot drop. Scott Stever really clicked for me. RIT wrestling coach who used to play a lot of pickleball at the Grease Rec Center. There's so many names. I mean, Ron Pratt, Larry, just the Godfather, just for how he spoke. You could barely understand him, but you always wanted to hear what he was saying, so you'd always get close to him to really hear those words of wisdom. And then there's some other people who saw my talent or my passion for the game, and they wanted me to play with them as well. I got reached out to by what I can only refer to as the Sharks in Rochester, which was kind of like this underground high level pickleball, and they gave me a phone call and said, "Hey Rob, we're playing on Saturday. We really want you to join us. What do you think?" And I said, "Absolutely." And when I got that call, I was out with some pickleball friends, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to play with these guys on Saturday." And one of my friends literally just like spit his drink out and was like, "You're playing with them?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "I've been trying to play with them for years," he said. And I was like, "Oh, well, geez, here we go." And I could go on and on. But he said, "Hey, man, you don't know, but the way you're going, you could become the best in Rochester." And I was fortunate enough for a lot of boys around there. Sean Williams, Eric Kennedy, the Valenti brothers, Andy Thompson, even Sky Kaufman, the guys who played the game for fun. It's not for fame and glory. It was just for just out there kicking butt and having a good time at the same time. And I don't know, Rochester was really good at that, at being extremely competitive, but always having a good time at the same time. And I don't know, that's something important to take with you, for sure.
All right. What year was it when you started to play in tournaments at the professional level?
Nice. What year was it when I started to lay the smackdown? Is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I think the biggest year, it might have been even 2015 when me and Sean Williams, also a Rochesterian, won the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio. That was a big one. I mean, that was when we got all the stage fright out of the way. I mean, we remember freezing up during that first match of the day and just being like, what? And I remember like kind of breaking out of that ice and like, oh, wait, I know how to do this. Boom, and putting the point away. And then looking back like, all right, Sean, we got this. And, he was still kind of in that ice. But so we ended up losing our first match of the day, went all the way through the losers bracket and won that damn thing. And that was a big tournament for us. It was a UPA sanctioned tournament. It was an all Rochester final, by the way. So we got to beat the other Rochester greats to win that one. And that was a big tournament for us. We got to receive that email, that great email from the USAPA, as it was referred to as the time. Rest in peace, USAPA. That email that says, hey, you're officially a 5-0 player. You're not allowed to play in anything less than that. It's a pretty cool email to receive. I'm sure one day you guys will receive that email.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm just messing around.
Once they make like 8-0 the top, then yes, we'll receive our.
You got to score. You got to score at least 4 points playing against Kyle Yates by himself before they even consider you for your application. Faye and Flory giving me a shout out. I love Faye and Flory, man. They're my favorite female clothing providers out there right now. Thank you. Thanks, Lindsay.
Nice.
Sorry about that.
You're good, man. So pickleball was not the only sport though that you played. I know of at least one other that you have in your background. You want to talk about your other sports background?
Sure. I played a lot of sports in high school. I played football, even though I'm not the biggest guy. I always felt good when I had the ball in my hands. Not easy to put down if I had the ball in my hands. But my senior year, I ended up playing soccer because the World Cup was just so awesome. I was like, oh, that's how you play soccer. I want to do that. I don't know. I can just see the value in a lot of different sports, and I don't know the diversity thereof. And just a quick thought, like the amount of sports that translate into pickleball is just another thing for me that makes pickleball so great. But I played baseball in high school, but I always remember being in the outfield, just looking at the tennis courts, being like, man, that looks like so much more fun than what I'm doing right now. Yeah, baseball taught me one thing, and I played baseball all wrong. I played baseball with a lot of fear. I'm at the plate like, don't strike out, don't mess up. No, come on. Shoot, I knew you were going to do this. I don't know. I really learned from my failures in baseball to kind of cut that crap out and have a little bit more of a clearer mind, which allows you to really focus on what the hell you're doing as opposed to all that distracting, unnecessary, self-induced anxiety, Ariuso, thanks for keeping us in line, Coach Ariuso. Scary guy.
Yeah.
But in college, I was a big ultimate frisbee player. So I got really big into ultimate, as it's referred to. Not the disc golf, which is a very respectable disc golf game as well, but ultimate was fun as hell. Fun as hell.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, captained that team and co-captained and coached it. That was some good times. We when it's raining out, we're still playing. We're playing barefoot, just shirtless, barefoot. We was a mix. We had women and guys, and we just treated our girls just like guys, and they were just as strong as us. Ultimate's a fantastic game. It takes quite the stamina. I can't run around a track more than twice without huffing and puffing, but on a green field, I can run forever. It's just really shows how mental things can be. So
for sure.
Nice. I wanted to chime in on this because I heard you mention disc golf. That was my sport before getting into pickleball. That's what I spent most of my free time doing, is playing disc golf. I absolutely love it. Ultimate is something I've always wanted to try, though I've never played it. But that is something that always looked awesome to me. Like I think I would really like playing that game.
Yeah, it's nothing less short of badass. It takes the endurance of soccer. You're throwing a disc, which is it's not your average ball. The flight path is unique, and the guarding is like basketball and all sorts of fun things. But nothing short of badass. Not as easy as one can pick up. It's similar to pickleball. People think they can just come out and beat grandma, and then they get their asses kicked by grandma, and then they're like, they got to check themselves. I I'm calling my friend out right now, Kevin Karras. My friend Kevin Karras. He's like, so what are you doing with your life? I'm like, I'm playing pickleball. You got to come out and play. It's the dopest thing since ping pong. And he's like, yeah, I'll come play. Heck yeah, he's an athlete, and he comes out to the Greece Rec Center, which is where I learned how to play. We show up. We're the youngest people by 30 years. And he comes out and just he's on my team, and we lose. We lose to Lorraine, and I can't remember her partner, but Lorraine is one of my favorite female older players in that facility. I love Lorraine. Lorraine, if you ever see this, I love my Rochester folks. I miss you guys. But she really put him in his place, Kevin. Got slaughtered. And we're in line, you put your paddles for the next game, and Kevin goes, hey, Rob, man, I got called into work. I got to go. I wish I could keep playing, but I got to go. I was like, all right, Kevin, man, you can go, but no, you didn't.
Right. Yeah, own it, man. You did not just get
Couldn't take it. Hey, pickleball, it really piles on, but pickleball proves it. Respect your elders. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's why I respect you guys so much, because you're so old.
Oh, come on.
We're not that much older than you.
I'm just kidding. I'm getting there too. But I like the joke, you stop aging the day you start playing pickleball. So
yeah, I hear you, man. I've gotten worked by a few 70 and 80-year-olds before, so it happens.
In pickleball.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, man. So
Ultimate Frisbee is good stuff.
Well, and I'm sure Ultimate Frisbee has, it's about endurance. Do you feel like
I was in
your background in that has really helped you kind of, I mean, obviously when you watch you play pickleball, Rob, you have a different element you bring to the game, right? From my perspective, you're very fast. You're incredibly fast. You're able to get everything. It has a very different feel. Do you think that comes from your background in Ultimate Frisbee or other sports, or what makes that happen on the court?
Right. So yeah, I think Ultimate Frisbee actually did have a strong influence amongst others, which we can touch on. I'm here till midnight, so you guys have me till midnight.
Good.
But
let's keep going.
But yeah, let me see here. So Michelle Esquivel was actually the first to bring it up, because it really didn't hit for me. I was like, oh yeah, there's things that transfer, but Michelle Esquivel actually brought it up, like my unique styles and perhaps how I throw the disc. When I throw a forehand, there's a forehand and a backhand in Ultimate. My fingers on the forehand are actually literally just like this, which insanely is very similar to actually how I hold the paddle, which is like this. And she goes, oh, because she saw me throw the disc, she's like, oh, that's where you get your shots from. But so I was like, holy smokes, maybe a little bit in terms of using or handling that disc as opposed to a racket, So yeah, the Ultimate might have some guard in that. There's a lot of speed. There's some reaction. There's a lot of reaction time in Ultimate also. Before Ultimate, I was a summer camp dodgeball champion. I couldn't get enough of that damn game. And I was like, 8, 9 years old, playing with the 14-year-olds and whoever, and just loved dodgeball. And we had some fun the other couple weekends ago at the previous APP with some dodgeball.
I saw video of that.
Fun. I got
yeah,
and I mean, it had its ups and downs, but so fun to play dodgeball again, and reaction time, eye-hand coordination, all those positive things. So, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of lost my train of thought there, but yeah.
You're good, man. I'll rein us back. Don't you worry.
Nice.
Keep us on point.
My man.
So yeah, there's a number that you wear on you. It's
yes, sir.
22, right?
22. The 22 shorts. Oh yeah.
That's right, man. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. The 22 shorts, the legend. I even said this recently. I said I never thought a pair of shorts could become so legendary. But I love them. I mean, not only are they extremely light, I love those shorts. And they're the shorts I play with. I kind of identify myself with the 22s for whatever reason. But 22 is actually my dad's number, Dan Gardner. That's my father, and that's his number. It was his baseball number. It doesn't really matter in terms of collegiate or what. He's one of the best baseball players I've ever seen play the game. Before I was about 16, he was the fastest individual I'd have ever seen. He was just so damn fast, and I really I mean, if I had to really kind of unfold everything here, I can't thank my mom and dad enough for kind of being the parents that they were in and out. So if I could do that for just a second, thank you, mom and dad. Thanks, Lisa Cassidy and Dan Gardner, for everything that you guys have done for me. In addition to the genes, so I'm fast too, and the 22 was his baseball number. My number was originally 7, but I kind of inherited his number, and I rock his number instead now. And those are actually literally my game shorts from college, from Ultimate. So that's what those bad boy shorts are. I think I'm due for an upgrade because they're getting there.
I was gonna say, can you order a bunch more now, or is that?
That's what I plan on doing. Oh no, we're getting more shorts. These just bad boys aren't done yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 22 is the number, and then the fun fact, because a lot of people ask, and I'll tell people who, I don't mean earn it, but people who I'll tell people, But yeah, the 22 though, a fun what's the word? Incidental, what have you? 22 is the amount of points that you need to win a best of 3 to 11.
Oh,
Fun fact.
yeah.
So yeah, there's a Incidental Pickleball Association there as well. So it takes 22 points to win that best of 3 to 11. So, I mean, the minimal number of points unless things get hairy.
I like it.
Yeah. It's a good game, that pickleball. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I've never heard of it. What is it? What's it called?
Pickleball.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh yes. That game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pickleball.
Yeah. We're gonna try and rename it. We're gonna try and rebrand it tonight.
I tell you
Silly
what.
name, fantastic game, right?
Yep. But I love it. I think the name should stay.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your take on that?
Yeah, there's votes for both right? Both ways. Like pickleball, that sounds stupid. See ya.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And yeah, maybe we want to avoid that, like, oh, savage ball, or what do you want to call it, or blade ball, or whatever, hand speed ball. I don't know, but we want to grow the sport, obviously. But if there's one thing the sport teaches us is that patience works, and patience is a virtue, so keep that in mind when we try to change the game to catalyst or expedite its growth process. But the name pickleball really sticks to the lesson: don't judge a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
If those people are gonna
right.
dodge this great cultural phenomenon because they can't get past the cover of a book, then perhaps they haven't earned the right to experience it yet. I mean, that's just a way of saying it. But that pickleball, it's a silly name for a fantastic game. Ultimate Tiddlywinks, yeah. But the name in itself is still teaching lessons, life lessons that translate that you certainly cannot judge a book by a cover,
Right.
because this game is definitely not silly. If you guys saw that final last weekend, that men's doubles final with Riley Newman and Tyson McGuffin versus Matt Wright and Ben Johns, it's just so fantastic to see that that's where the game's at, because that's the clout that this game deserves with that type of play, for sure. Pickle.
That's right. So what's something going on in social media there, Webby?
Yeah, we've actually had quite a few comments coming in. Diana Clark said ping pong is actually a silly name too, LOL. That's very true. Ping pong. I mean, when that first came out, how do you think that sounded to people? Oh, you want to play some ping pong?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you had never heard of that before, how would that sound? I agree. Yeah, I'm on the side of keeping pickleball. I know it's ridiculous. Everybody thinks it sounds very stupid when they first hear of it for the first time. Eddie is the one that told me about pickleball, and I thought it sounded ridiculous. And I always thought he was setting up an inappropriate joke or something. Like, okay, what is pickleball?
Yeah.
What's the ball joke going to be with this thing you're talking about? But I've grown to love it, and I think it's it's a good conversation starter. For some reason I can't put this on the screen. It's not allowing me to put it on the screen. But Joe Valenti said, "What number did you wear in your Lancer ball career?"
Nice. Lancer ball. That's a fantastic game. Lancer ball, folks, is when you get kicked out of the gym for playing pickleball past curfew. And then instead of going home and admitting defeat, you go and make up a game in the parking lot as pickleball, is a game that's made up, to get outside and play. So we made a game in the parking lot against a garage wall in the gym's parking lot and played till about midnight. There's some YouTube videos out there. Lancer ball is fantastic.
Guys, go check it out. Go check out Lancer
Yeah.
Ball. I like it.
Yeah. Lancer ball. I'm sure it'll come up if you YouTube it. But
That's cool.
But yeah, and the last thoughts on the name. When the game starts to get a little more international, pickleball is not going to sound as silly. If you're from wherever, it's just called pickleball. Highlight or whatever. Different names. In my opinion, football is not a very good description of what American football is.
Right.
Football makes sense or whatnot for soccer, but football, you get a kickoff and a field goal every once in a while, which they're almost trying to take out of the game. So
Right.
That name doesn't make really that much sense either. Football is a stupid name as well, and look where that game is. So whatever decisions we decide to make, as long as it's in line with the sanctity of the game, then I can support it.
Do you hear that, football? We're coming for you. You got a stupid name.
That's right.
Silly name.
That's right. Come get us. We'll see you on
Yeah.
the pickleball court.
Bring it on, football.
Oh, I
like
think
it.
they will, man. You got all those football players out there. Let's see, Legacy Pro. I mean, Ryan Sherry. He's got a lot of retired football players. I know they would love this game as soon as they picked it up. I mean, this game's for everybody. That's just how it is. It's for every generation. It's for every body type. It's for everybody. It doesn't matter if we're here at the. You might not notice I'm actually at the Plaza in Vegas right now, and today is the 4-5 and the non-pro divisions going on right now, and it's good points. You get 4 people out there of the same skill level, you're gonna have interesting, exciting points. And I'm not the first to say that. I just agree with it and see it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and something you said this before, like something about how you can't judge a book by its cover, especially with somebody that you play in pickleball. You cannot judge a book by its cover, because I have learned it doesn't matter how old the person is, what shape they look in. It does not matter. Somebody can easily beat you on the pickleball court, and it doesn't matter how old or what kind of shape they're in. I mean, I've been beaten badly by people that at first glance you might say, "Oh, man, this is going to be an easy win," and then I got destroyed.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a big lead in pickleball. How about that? Game's too short. Too short.
I agree.
So never
And
count yourself out.
Yep. And it's momentum based, and I mean that can shift on a dime, and we've seen it so many times with, look at Tyson McGuffin coming back on Ben Johns in the game 3 of the singles. It was what, 8-1, and he came back. I mean,
Yes.
Yes, it's
That was
incredible what you see.
one of the most exciting singles matches that I have watched.
Yeah.
In my career, I got to watch that on ESPN3. It was fantastic, and I recommend anybody to kind of pull up the minute on that bad boy and watch all three sets of that game. Props to Tyson, and of course, props to Ben John for out enduring Tyson, but Tyson as well for digging deep.
Those guys are impressive to watch, and I always loved it. But
that's the understatement of episode 73. That's going to be the biggest understatement of episode 73 right there.
Well, you want to know what else I was impressed with too, Rob? And I've had the opportunity to be on the microphone with you live streaming events before a couple times, and I gotta say, man, you crushed it when you were on the mic for the ESPN or for the PPA event on ESPN. Man, I was very impressed.
Thanks, man.
With your commentary. I knew it was going to be good, but I'm telling you, man, it was
nice.
absolutely incredible. Yeah.
Nice.
I agree.
Thanks.
100%.
Thanks, Eddie. Thanks, boys. You had high expectations and I exceeded them. Is that what you're telling me? I really appreciate it. That's the type of feedback that, keeps me going. I love it. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you know how it is. Commentary is a very tough game. Webby and I know it inside and out, or we know how tough it is inside and out. We're definitely not experts at it by any means, but I think you did an incredible job of knowing when to talk, knowing when to let the play itself out. And that's a very hard skill to adapt. And it seems like it came very naturally to you.
Nice, man. Yeah. I mean, I know what I like and I know what I don't like. And, I'll share with the audience what I feel like I want them to experience, may it be education in certain situations, who I'm talking to. I understand that there's different variety of people listening, and whether my jokes land or not, or what, it doesn't matter, because the vibe is that, hey, this is pickleball, this is awesome, and here we are experiencing it together. So let's let the game speak for itself and enjoy it together. So yeah, spreading the game as it was spread to me is a gift in itself. So I appreciate what you guys are saying. And I appreciate the opportunity every time I get. So hell yeah, boys.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I kid you not, I messaged Eddie after listening to you. I was like, man, Rob Cassidy is absolutely, he's mastered the art of commentary, because you didn't talk too much. You were funny. You're very knowledgeable. Like, I seriously feel like that was some of the best commentary I have heard during pickleball. And I'm not just saying that because you're here with us live. That is very genuine.
I hear you, man. Thanks, Webby. Appreciate that. I really do. I'll keep it going. If I wasn't so gosh darn good at pickleball, I would just stick to the commentating. But I'm still pretty good, so I can't leave the court just yet for the mic. But when the opportunity is there, I will. Yeah.
It's a tough balance.
It's not time to retire yet. It's just not time to retire from the damn game. Maybe when I'm 59, I'll retire. But yeah, it's fun you guys are talking about this, because people asked me what my goals are a long time ago, and I have several. And may they be delusional to others or whatnot. It's not. It's
irrelevant. It doesn't matter what other people.
Yeah,
think.
Exactly.
That's the great thing
not
about
my place to agree.
Yours.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
It's not my place to agree or disagree with them, and there's all sorts of ones. I would, national title. Let's go. That's where where that drive is and things like that. But one of them on there was to, and this was probably 4 years ago even. And I said, I want to commentate for the Olympics. You know what I mean? Like I want, and that has a bunch of goals in itself. I mean, here we are all doing our part to spread the game. And I want this game to be in the Olympics. I mean, for so many reasons. The game deserves to be there, and people, like we said, it's a game for everybody, and there's no one out there where this game hasn't positively benefited them. There's no one who's been introduced to pickleball and has gone down the wrong path, it feels. It's like, it's just, it's a very addictive game, but at the same time, it's a positive activity. So to be drawn to a positive or beneficial life activity, you can't go wrong. So that's where it starts. And yeah, I would love to commentate for the Olympics one day. I'm not gonna call it short or anything like that, but that would be fun. That'd be
cool. I'd listen. Webby, we got some good social media stuff going on here.
Yeah, man, we're getting a lot of great comments today, and
I almost don't want to put this one. This is fun, guys.
Nice. I almost don't want to bring this one up because I'm starting to fear that things are gonna get to Rob's head. But somebody else had something to say.
Don't worry. We're gonna knock down his ego very quickly here in just a minute. So
that's impossible. That's impossible.
Yeah. But we have another great comment here regarding your commentary, and this comes from our good friend Maggie Ruminzi Chow. She said, Rob is absolutely one of my favorite commentators, and he gives great advice offline that I've been able to use in my own game.
Wow.
So that's pretty awesome.
Wow.
Well, I've seen Maggie play, so trust me, if you say something that is going to help her game, you're doing something very right.
Right?
That's high praise coming from Maggie Ruminzi. She's one of my favorite female players, and we get to train in Rochester together. We have that Rochester bond and love. I love Maggie. I love Kenny. I can't speak highly of them enough. So it's just nice to have comrades like that in this game. I mean, it's one of the many. So appreciate that reinforcement, Maggie. Thank you guys so much.
Very nice. And another thing that's gonna boost Rob's ego even more. We got a comment here from Randy Sussman. Rob Cassidy is the kindest guy in the game.
Oh, come on. That's not true, Randy. Have you ever met Rob Davidson? Have you ever met Matt Goebel? Have you ever met jeez, there's so many. Carrie Yu. There's so many. Yeah, appreciate it. Brian Wynn. Where's Brian? Randy, I'm gonna introduce you to Brian Wynn. You're gonna be like, holy crap, Rob's a piece of crap. Maybe you won't say that, but thank you, Randy. Thank you. But there's plenty of fantastic individuals in this game of pickleball. It's one of the reasons why we got to protect this bad boy and steer it in the right direction.
I agree. Right. And real quick, Randy Sussman, you're in my bracket this weekend. So not only am I going to meet you for the first time, I'm going to meet you on the court for the first time. So you watch out.
Ooh, careful.
Oh, man.
Randy Sussman's carrying that gold medal from Chicago. So be careful, because I gave him a little advice too. And he came home with the gold medal. So yeah, you better ask now, Eddie.
We got some skinny singles going on against each other Saturday. So
is that right? Skinny singles.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Skinny singles at East Naples. Oh yeah, home of the U.S. Open.
Very nice.
We
got one more comment here. One more comment on social media here, and then I will leave for a few minutes. This one comes from Shelton Jean-Baptiste Webster Pickleball. He says, Rob has been one of my favorite partners in pickleball. He makes me calm and always picks me up when I need it.
That's badass, Shelton. Nothing but doing work, baby. Let's do what we do best. Know what I'm saying, kid? I love it. I love it. That's awesome to hear from a partner, man. I can't. I love it. Let's go. Pickleball, baby. Runs through my veins. I
love it.
You can see, if you look real close, you can see the pickleball. You can see it going right through. It's in my blood.
There. I love it.
My blood's in my cold blood.
Now that we've boosted your ego and pumped your head up to the size of the hotel room you're in there at the Plaza.
Yeah.
We're going to knock it down a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
This is about the time. We are going to talk more about pickleball, the future for you, and all the stuff you have going on too. But we're going to switch it up a little bit to a segment I want to call "Explain This Picture."
Oh no. Okay.
Was that a cheesy enough of an intro there?
It was perfect.
Was it good?
Nailed it.
It was good.
And these are going to get sequentially better here. So, as you know, Webby and I, we have a team of researchers. I mean, we're talking about like these people dig deep into the backgrounds of our guests here. And so we have some pictures from your background. Yeah.
Delete my Facebook. Okay. Yep. All right.
Yep. Which, by the way, still have not accepted my friend request from like a year ago. Thank you. But
hopefully that made everybody else feel better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know you don't check it all that often, but
sorry to everybody. Oh my gosh. Can I please give a shout out? I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Eddie.
Go ahead.
To Dinosaur Danger the dinosaur man. You guys are familiar with Danger?
No.
Danger and Kitty? Good people who love the game. They're high quality referees and do teaching clinics and stuff. And Danger reached out to me during early April, about late March, during when times were really uneasy, uncertain, and rough, where, really bad in terms of, as far as 2020 goes. And, he reached out to me via social media and whatnot. And even still, I had never get back to him. There's just so much anxiety on this stuff. But I just want to give a special shout out to Dinosaur Danger for reaching out to me and making sure that I was okay, because he just knows that, finances and things like some of us pros are starving artists. And it really meant a lot to me during that time for Danger to reach out to me. So thank you, Danger and Kitty, for all that you do for the game. And it meant a lot to me when you guys reached out. I want you to know that. So sorry about that. Back on track. Did Ben Johns just make a comment at the bottom of the screen there? Anytime
Webby
Cobb
keeps
is
putting
in the
it up on
booth,
the
it's
screen.
good stuff.
This is time number 3 that Webby
Let's go, Ben
there.
Johns.
Yeah.
Ben Johns with the Ben Johns. Ben Johns. Yeah, Benny boy. How about that? Number 1 in the world, making in some comments on your shows, guys. You must be doing something right.
Yeah. He's a big fan of yours, apparently. So.
Well, that's great, because it's right back at him, man. Very reciprocated there. He's a great kid and not so bad of a player. It's a fantastic player.
For sure.
All right, back on track.
Okay.
Embarrass
I'm
me.
going to redo my
ahead.
intro because I feel like you kind of spoiled it for me. So.
Hijacking, not good.
We have a new segment called Explain This Picture. Are you ready to explain what in the hell you were doing in these pictures? Yes? Yeah, there you go.
All right. I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay, this first one, it's going to be light. I do feel like you are notorious for facial expressions. You're a very photogenic person. Actually, that's making you feel better about yourself. I'm trying to make you feel worse about yourself.
Okay, perfect.
You know what? Here we go. We're just going to throw this up there. Explain what's going on here
in
in this one.
Oh, yeah. That's my boy. You can see his eye. You actually, I'm going to start with my friend who's right next to me, Davis. And you can see just based on his eye that he's literally cracking up, dying in the picture. So he's obviously laughing hysterically. This is the face right after Rob Cassidy makes a hysterical joke and poses for a picture. Kind of sneaks a little joke to the friend. And that's not my jacket. I believe that's Mara Krill's jacket. And I was crushing it in that jacket all night. And, I might have been a junior in college when this picture was taken. So the devious Rob Cassidy at his finest, I suppose.
I like that. I think we might be rewinding it a year or two from that picture here. But explain what's going on here.
Oh, hell yeah. Are you kidding me, guys? Pictures like this make you think about the golden days, the golden years. You don't know they're golden when they're happening, man. So just remember that, especially with pickleball. This is a poker tournament, the OPT, the Olympia Poker Tour that me and my boys started. And this happened to be the Thanksgiving extravaganza, which I hosted. That's my dad's basement. Thank you for hosting us. And I won that tournament. And those are the cards that I won that poker tournament. So Adam Stone ain't got nothing on me. I'm winning. You can see there's some dollar bills in that turkey. It wasn't the highest bill value, but yeah, some poker tournaments back in the day was huge. We kept stats. We had a tournament of champions. You had to win an event. Oh my gosh, good times.
Well, speaking of Adam Stone,
that was high school.
That was high school. Okay. Well, your picture was impressive, but I do still have this picture of. Actually, I don't have the picture of Adam Stone there anymore. Never mind. Where he's sitting there at the World Series of Poker Championship table, but
that's one observant individual.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Got my ticket to the Tournament of Champions. I was feeling pretty good. Good.
Cool.
All right.
This next one, we're going to need some explanation, and we're really going to need to dissect this photo because there's a lot of. It's almost like playing Where's Waldo a little bit here.
Where's Waldo?
Yeah, you got to explain what's going on here, man.
The bush. I knew it was going to be the bush. The bush. The bush. Yeah, so this was a celebration of life. This is a spring break. So like I said, I went to college in Coastal Carolina University, and I was fortunate enough for at least 14 of my friends to come down from New York to celebrate their spring break. So they drove about, 16 hours, and I drove about 1.5 hours. And we were here. And the running joke was to throw people into this bush. And this was my turn. I think I have the squirt gun in my hand, don't I? That was, the squirt gun.
You do have a squirt gun.
Oh, my gosh. This was probably one of the most incredible weekends ever. And you can see that my beer is clearly not spilled, minus, whatever I got on my jeans there because I have this spilled. Yeah. But I've never been so happy to be thrown in the bush into a bush by my best friends.
So are you wearing a bathing suit underneath your jeans?
Yeah, you can never be too ready, Eddie. You can never be too ready.
Okay. All right.
That's exactly right. That is my bathing suit. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. It's a good look. I like it.
That was an unbelievable vacation.
Yeah, it seems like it. Unforgettable, except for that you don't remember a lot of it, right?
I still have that squirt gun.
Come on.
Oh, absolutely. I have probably at least 6 or 7 or 8 mementos from that trip. It was so incredible. It was unbelievable, really. Okay. The amount of the people who came down, it was really, really fantastic. I still have that squirt gun. I've got some literature that we wrote during that time. We made up some songs. I have them written down just in case anybody wants to remember them. And a lot of good times. Was the Hunger Games just came out that around that time? You guys remember that book?
Yep. I never read it. I saw the movie, but I never read it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the first book I read since 7th grade, and I tried to share it with my friends, and I can't read out loud to people. But then we put the book in my friend Corey Hartung's hands, and he started to read, and one of our favorite activities was all just listening to Corey read Hunger Games to us. So a lot of things happened on that trip, not just getting thrown in some bushes, but some literature gain as well.
Very scholarly of you.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you talked about you have like 5 or 8 mementos still from that trip. Is that right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I have a
I'm a
yeah.
hoarder for sure. Yeah, definitely. I like to collect. And go ahead. Yeah.
Does that explain this situation here?
Yeah, that's one heck of a bad boy right there. Whew. Yeah, that's a snapshot I took of my bag when I was just like, geez, this collage is just too good to be true. So many. That's my that's one little pocket in my bag right now. And if you need something, I most likely got it. You can see there's a Sharpie, there's some Duras, $1 if you need a Snickers bar, and Mariah's are hanging out on top there. And shout out to Tyson McGuffin who provided me with some voodoo. Yeah, so there's a lot of fantastic. I like collages. My favorite thing in the kitchen is a junk drawer. I'm just a junk drawer type of guy, and you know what's in there. You'll get it. But yeah, if there's one thing for sure, I do fall under the category of hoarder. But you know what else
My
are
question
hoarders,
is-
Eddie?
What's that?
You know what else are hoarders?
What?
Dragons.
It's very
Connect the
true.
dots.
Oh man, I love it.
Yes.
Well, now we've gone to modern times, but I believe this was early on in your professional pickleball career when this next picture took place here, and I want you to tell us what's going on here.
Oh, hell yeah. This is one of my favorite early pictures. This is pre-sponsored era. You can see in the background I'm playing with Irina Terashenko, which was fantastic. This is in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. I think 2016 maybe. And this is during the finals, and I think we're playing against Chris Miller and Joy Leasing, who I got to see today. Joy Leasing, hey, you're the best. And this is just me, getting nice and airborne, putting away an overhead, no big deal. Yeah, I like this picture. It just reminds me of, I don't know. I love it. Take it to them, boys. Get off the ground and go do it. Whenever you see somebody floating off the ground like that, that's your indication of a 5-0 player.
Okay.
The metal was nice and thick. Irina and we took gold. And yeah, anytime this was the only time me and Irina have played together, but we're 100% right on gold medals. So
I like
props
it.
to Irina for being a fantastic mix partner.
It's like my senior year in high school when I was batting 1,000 because I went up to bat one time the entire senior year season, and I got on base.
Hey,
Yep.
I got on base. I like it.
That's right.
I like it.
All right, here we
got
go.
on base.
Speaking of getting on base,
Right. I was expecting a home run or a grand slam. No, I
Nope.
got on
Yeah,
base
yeah,
is what he
yeah.
said.
oh no, I sucked at baseball. I played it for from like kindergarten.
Got hit in
all
the
way
arm
through
and
to
I
my
got on
senior.
base.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, batting 1,000, right?
That's right.
Speaking of getting on base, that's a horrible transition here, but
I love it.
I love this
it.
picture. This one is from an artistic perspective. It's very well laid out. I actually created an interpretive dance of it that I'm gonna do down the road, maybe. But I want
On
you to
episode
explain-
73?
on episode 70, maybe like 79.
Okay.
But anyway,
episode
yeah.
79.
Go ahead and mark that down. But I want you to explain this picture.
Oh, how appropriate. I like this picture a lot. And shout out to Carl Schmitz for snagging this shot. He has a good eye for collecting
Mhm.
moments. I love Carl Schmitz. Thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes, by the way. But yeah, this is in the stands of the Las Vegas Open. I want to say inaugural, about 2 years ago. And yeah, those are the beautiful stands that they brought in by crane for this tournament. And there I was watching the final. Beautiful seating, but they put it right directly in the sun. So, I mean, it looks like there's nobody else in the crowd, but everybody was all in the shade and kind of retreated to the shade spots. But I was like, I'm just going to sit out there. It's too good to be true. Just get out there and just crush it by yourself. And yeah, it really made out for a good picture, I suppose.
I was watching the live stream then because that was when I was fairly new to pickleball, and I remember seeing somebody sitting there by themselves, and everybody was behind the camera in the shade. And then I never really knew that was you just chilling.
Just trying to be a fan, just trying to get on ESPN1 and just living the dream, getting to watch the best play of the game. It was fantastic. So Kyle Yates and his partner won that year. Yeah. Can't remember who he played with.
That's right, because they were in the medal match against Tyler Loong and
Pull it
Kalen
up.
Dawson,
whoever,
was it?
shout. Oof, that's a good team.
Yeah, I think that was them that they were up against. But yeah, Kyle and Ben against Tyler and Kalen. That's right. All right, here we go. A little more modern times. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit from there, and I want you to explain this picture.
Oh, nice. Everybody knows that's Belinda Zbinden. Fantastic player. That's the 2019 U.S. Open, and we are feeling good. Hey, pickleball's the game to play. And we were just enjoying ourselves. You can see I got a little, some hardware around my neck there. That's the second. Yeah, a little bling, little U.S. Open bling. That's the second U.S. Open medal I've ever won. I've only won 2 this entire time. Those are not easy to find. eBay just isn't what it used to be. But yeah, felt good, felt very good. I love the U.S. Open. So I love the medals. Those are always really nice medals, and you can see the ribbon's really nice too. Posing for a picture and enjoying some drinks while watching center court. Absolutely. Hey, Belinda.
I was probably sitting about 30 feet behind the person taking the picture there because that's where I was pretty much for the entire week. That was my spot.
Yeah, on your
I didn't move from
on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah, just messing.
Yeah.
Just messing.
All right, here we go. Another explain this picture.
All right. Oh, cool. I like those guys. That's Rob Cassidy with Deckel Bar and Adam Stone. And we got to do an exhibition together, us three. We were the three guy pros that got to play. So, sitting on a bench with Adam Stone and Deckel Bar, I had to snag a quick selfie. I always love being around those guys. They're, top 10 players. So not only is the practice fantastic, but I love them. Deckel Bar, just one of the nicest guys in the game. And Adam Stone, who not so nice, but no, I'm just kidding. Adam Stone, I just really connect with him on multiple levels. I get to learn from him. I get to have good talks with him, good experiences, and they're fantastic players. So being around them is always a hoot. And we got to crush it at an exhibition with the crowd just roaring the whole time. So here we are getting ready. Adam Stone with his game face. Deckel, that's as mean as Deckel gets right there. So now just having some fun and getting ready to play. It was a good time. Very good time.
Nice.
Love those guys.
Well, the next picture is actually, it's not of you, but I need you to explain what all went down. And I just want to offer a little bit of a backstory before I show this picture here. So,
oh my God, what is happening?
This is the 2019 World Pickleball Championship. And
okay. Oh, here we go.
I don't want to fall victim here. I'm not going to go down that route. But
when
you're live streaming a tournament that starts at 8 a.m. and goes till like midnight for 4 days in a row, you are exhausted. You get a little hungry. You're tired. And somebody offers to do this really nice thing and go and get you some fast food, right? Which I know isn't the healthiest of things, but like when it's 9 o'clock at night, you haven't eaten since maybe 10 in that morning, you've been working all day. Nothing sounds better.
Fuel is fuel.
Than a good old Arby's roast beef sandwich, right? Okay. And then you go to open it and you realize there's a random bite taken out of it. And I just want to know from your perspective, Rob, can you explain what's happening in this picture?
I mean, I could start by getting right down to it. Those David sisters aren't to be trusted. I tell you. They're not to be trusted. I mean, like, they brought the food. They're going to try and hand it to you like that. I mean, somebody needs to be held accountable for that type of situation. But, that's as far as I know. Other than that, Eddie, you're on your own, man.
Hmm.
I'm just kidding. So that first bite there, if we had the forensics team analyze that sandwich, and it did turn out that the dental records did indicate that it was me who took that bite out of your sandwich before rewrapping it and giving it to you as a terrible, terrible prank. But you need to know, Eddie, that you were not the target. You were not the target. Because I asked them specifically, I was like, oh, whose sandwich is this? They're like, oh, this is Scott Golden's. I was like, oh, perfect. Let me watch this. This is going to be great. So not that it justifies it in any way, but it was supposed to be Scott Golden who was supposed to be pranked and not you, man. Not you. Where's Scott? Get him on here.
Come on, Scott. I want to hear Scott's side of the story. But
come on in,
man. I will say that I thought it was funny. Obviously, you can see I got a little bit of a smile on my face. And
that was rough.
Most importantly, you made up for it.
That's right. You can't.
You guys,
That's
went back out. And by the way, this was at the Pickleplex, which is in Punta Gorda, and it's in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around it for a few miles, and you guys went all your way to an Arby's and came back. You made up for it.
It was a top priority to make sure that you knew that it was supposed to be just a joke with zero malicious intent, and we had to really kind of drive that home because we love you and it's all about the jokes. It's not about taking food away from anybody or whatever you want. This is fantastic, man. This is good stuff. I forgot about that silly prank. Yes. Pranks can go well, pranks can go wrong. Whew.
It was a good time though, and it was a lot of fun. I still laugh when I think about that.
That's when we bonded. I think that's right. When me and you bonded. So I don't regret it.
Actually, no, I take that back. That was the second time we ever met.
Beer City.
Beer City was the first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Well,
good stuff. Good sandwiches.
But I do have a couple videos that I wanted to play here still as well. You ready for this?
Oh, cheapers, creepers. Sure. Let's go.
Okay. Here we go.
As long as the viewers are all about it, let's go. Let's do it.
Well, I'm not going to lie. You actually have one of the strongest consecutive viewerships we've had on a podcast. So
interesting.
People are digging your style for some crazy reason.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's
you
your
ready
style.
For this? All right. I'm not even going to say anything.
Ready.
I'm just going to play the video.
Again, the wind's kind of blowing from our backs over here into the faces of Donatello and Mike Donovan. Nice drop there by Mark. That's good hands. Really good hands right there.
Oh, the turtle.
Yes.
Good hands, that turtle. Wow, so that's awesome.
I want to give a big thank you to Scott Golden for letting us use that clip. So that was that at Bardmore Pickleball Club?
It was at Bardmore, the battle at Bardmore, for sure.
That's right. That was the second tournament I ever played in, was at the 2018 Battle for Bardmore, by the way, which is kind of crazy.
The battle at Bardmore was Game of Thrones season 6, and it took place in October, so that was kind of the main reason why perhaps playing in costume was fair game. Also, it was televised or put out there that Scott Golden was going to be playing in a bear suit.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, all right, let's do this dance. And I came looking mean and green and decided to rock the Ninja Turtle costume.
So do you have a certain liking of Donatello? Is that why you chose him, or?
Nice. Well, I had two bands that day. I actually rocked the red at one point, but when it was when I had to change it, I switched to the purple, and I had a purple paddle as well. So the Donatello just kind of fit. But I was playing with Don Ellen, and that's Donatello right there. But that was a good time. It was a hoot. It was October. Not everybody appreciated it. I think one of the players was pretty distracted by getting into hand battles with a Ninja Turtle. But I mean, the main reason why I kind of did it was was just like a reinforcement of that the game's for everybody. You know, if a 13-year-old sees a Ninja Turtle playing pickleball and they're like, well, wait a minute, let me try and see if this game's cool. They think that's cool, and then they want to do it too. So nothing's going to stop me from trying to spread the game to all generations. And it was a really fun time. It was a really fun time too. More footage of the Ninja Turtle to come.
I like it.
Heck yeah.
We got one more video here for you, and this one came from an anonymous source that I'm not going to disclose on, and
Okay.
here it goes.
Nice game. Cassidy from the ground. Are you kidding me? Back up on his feet, back into it. And great discipline and patience not to try to do too much. Settled right back in. Wow. That ought to get
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
That's good footage. That's good footage. Holy smokes. Yeah. I remember that point. That's the Gamma Pittsburgh Classic. What was that? That was me and Aspen Kern versus Riley Newman and Noah Waddell, fellow lefty. Whew, a lot happened in that point. I don't think I could put words into what you're gonna have to. Folks at home are gonna have to pause and rewind that a couple times. A lot happened that point. But the high five at the end with Aspen Kern, just that tall man giving you an epic high five like that after battling together. That was a great time. Fantastic tournament. And hey, you're never out of it. You're never out of it. Don't hit to the guy who's on the ground. That's for damn sure.
Okay. One more ball back, right? Keep it going.
Whew,
I like
crazy.
it.
Yeah, Aspen Kern. The Gamma Pittsburgh Classic, that's one of the greats that didn't happen this year as well. The Gamma Pittsburgh Classic is one that I always look forward to every year. Me and Aspen Kern actually won that year. We're the current reigning champs. Centralia, the Indoor International in Centralia is one that you want to hit every year, guys, of course. Yeah, I mean, Nationals and U.S. Open, obviously, but Centralia Indoor in Centralia, Washington, and the Gamma Pittsburgh Classic, those hurt, not getting to do those this year.
Yeah. That's rough.
Crazy points.
Webby, you got good social media stuff going on here?
Yeah.
We do. Before I get to that, though, I actually just got an alert on my phone from the Weather Channel, and it's telling me a fall coolness is heading your way. So that's another reason why tonight I am celebrating summer, like the last days of summer, with the beers that I'm drinking. So I just poured a second beer, and it is Mango Oberon, which is another beer that I associate with summertime.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm saying farewell to summer with my beer choices tonight. So salute,
a fall
salutations,
coolness is heading
cheers.
your way.
Yeah.
Is your weather app a fortune cookie?
I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like it. Like, why would it even do that? Like, why rub it in my face? It's like, like the summer warmness is going away. Fall coolness is heading your way. But
with how hot it's been in Florida, I would go for some fall coolness right now, man. It's been ridiculous this summer down here.
I do like fall. Like, fall is one of my favorite times of year because I do not handle the heat very well. So I do appreciate the nice, cool, crisp air of a nice fall day. But
absolutely.
Anyways, this podcast is not meant to talk about the weather, so I'm going to move on. We do have a couple of great comments here on social media. Here is one from Lindsay Keeter Kenny. They say, "Hi, Mr. Rob is my Faye. We miss you."
Awesome. That's Faye. She's one of my favorite juniors. She's I think she's 9 now, but going on 26. But she's just a fantastic little girl. Faye, good to see you. We miss you already too. We'll be back soon, and we'll get some playing in. We're going to get you out on the court for sure. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Very nice.
That's cool.
And then here's a very interesting comment that I can't wait to hear about. This is from Joe Valenti, and he says, "Rob Cassidy saved me from a tree falling on me. That is a true story. A great guy. Good luck in Vegas." I got to hear what he's talking about. What is this all about?
Nice. So yeah, it wasn't Christmas time. We weren't cutting down a Christmas tree or anything like that. But, there we were, and the tree was blocking, something, and Joe was hacking away at it. And it's one of those, superhuman strength stories where, your motherly instincts step in, and I was just juiced up, and the tree was falling on Joe, and I caught it with my bare hands and just threw it out of the way. And none of that's true. Just kidding.
Yeah. Okay.
The real story, sorry guys. Joey and I were practicing at about 9 a.m. and it was an extremely windy day in Rochester. And this is actually pretty unbelievable because we were just warming up, and the wind actually caused a lot of gigantic branches to fall on his side of the court. And they were heavy. They were very heavy branches, and you just could remember the crackling from the tree. And all I did was yell, heads up, heads up, heads up, and just doing a hands motion to get the heck off the court. And Joey was coming towards us. He didn't even make it over. He was going to go over the net to get out of the way. And I swear these branches were about the size of half of a court. When these tree branches fell, it fell on the entire side of his court.
Jeez.
And it must have missed him by about 6 inches, just like this extremely sharp piece of branch. So it was pretty eerie. And it's just like a heads up play, just get out of the way. And just thankful that nobody got hurt that day. And thankful for that, definitely. Thank you for the good luck in Vegas, Joe. I'm going to play hard and play good. Appreciate it.
Well, there you go. You're a lifesaver, Rob.
Yeah.
Well, that was it for Explain This Picture and Video. But man, we have a whole other section that I'm loving. I hope you guys are loving too. And we're going to bring Webby on for this. And Webby, what is this section called?
Oh man, this is a segment that I absolutely love. And it is now time for the Pros Asking Pros Questions segment. That is where Eddie and I step aside from asking questions, and we're going to leave it up to the top pros in all of pickleball to ask you some questions. Are you ready for this, Rob?
I'm ready. I'm not distracted. I'm dialed in.
Real quick, was that the roof of the plaza where all the action's going down this weekend? All right.
Yeah, let's take another look at that. Let's take another look.
It's insane. If you're curious about this venue at the U.S. Open, take a look here, guys. This is from the window of the hotel room. It's not my hotel room, but this is the office that I'm. Look at that, guys. Courts on the roof. You can see the buildings in the background.
That's cool.
Yeah. There's a pool. There's a poolside. Oh, there's Julio right now. Let's get on that. Julio Rivera and his partner in the gold medal match. Yeah. Let's see a point. Can you guys see that? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
I can. Yeah. That is awesome.
You got Julio. Yeah. Julio's one of the great lefties. Oh, we got a little discrepancy. Whoa, things are going down. I'm gonna interview him later. That's getting pretty crazy out there.
Webby, I think this is the first year we haven't had Cassie Graves live from the Las Vegas Open tuning into the show, right?
Yeah, that is right. Yeah, the last couple of years we had Cassie Graves live from there, but we got the next best thing. We got Rob Cassidy.
Yeah.
Oh, the lob. Oh, and he's calling a foot fault. Ref's calling the foot fault. Holy smokes. Second server. That's one of those he didn't establish on that overhead. He pulled from the kitchen. Sometimes when you back up, you step in.
Probably a former tennis
player. One more
player.
point. Right. Last point here.
I love this, experiencing the Rob Cassidy commentary live during the show.
Oh, and that ball's way wide. Another point for team non-Julio Rivera. But we're rooting for Julio and the Pasadena crew. He's one of the great lefties out there. There were so many lefties. Carrie Yu. I saw Pesa's here. I'm here. I've just kept running into great lefties left and right. So left and left, if you will. But yeah, let's get back to it. Where were we?
So Webby, real quick, after I play the first video, I'm going to be a professional and step away for a minute, and then I'll be right back. So just know that.
All right. Sounds
we'll
good.
follow your lead.
But I don't know about you, Eddie. We got to go to the Las Vegas Open next year. I mean, it always looks so cool. I've actually never been to I've been to Las Vegas once, but it was for a business trip. I didn't get to experience any fun or pleasure while I was there. So we got to do this. We got to go to Las Vegas in the very near future.
Let's do it.
Yeah, when the venue's connected to, where you're staying, it makes for kind of a dynamic experience in itself. I
Oh,
mean, you're
yeah.
in Las Vegas, and yeah, it's nice. Everybody's kind of, from what I've gathered so far, I'm sure there's going to be exceptions, but everybody's taking it easy. I'm going to be pretty hotel bound for the whole experience. Just here to get down to business with my partners Shelton, Webster Baptiste, and Susanna Barr. But yeah, it's always fun playing here.
Very nice. But yeah, so for anybody that's just tuning in, it is now time for one of my favorite segments in all of podcasting, and that is pros asking pros questions. And this first one, it comes to us from one of the top players in the game right now, and he was also the previous guest on the Eddie and Webby Show, and that is the one and only Riley Newman.
What's up, RC Cola? One of my favorite guys on tour. Now, you're known for your scrappy play, your insane defense skills, but what most people don't know is you get bloody knees from diving all over the place. My question is, after a long tournament day, what's been your career high of how many bloody body parts you've gotten?
Yes, yes. Geez, Riley Newman complimenting me on my defense. What a great day right there. Holy smokes.
Right?
That's so awesome. That's so fantastic. Riley's asking about my big highlight of how scraped up have I been. And I think the Indoor International comes to mind. It happened to be an indoor tournament, and I was destroyed. And Carl Schmitz has some pretty good pictures of that. But the real winner is going to be U.S. Open. U.S. Open, I believe it was 2016, and I remember my legs were just destroyed. It was embarrassing. This isn't the reputation that I want to keep. I'm trying to get away from it, but it just happens to happen every dang time. But oh my gosh, I've got footage on an old computer of me kind of just taking the bandage off one of my knees. It was just disgraceful. But the U.S. Open got the best of me on my knees, I believe, in 2016. But it hurts a lot less when you win the point, and I don't know what to tell you. The referees have instated a rule. One of the refs told me, referred to it as the Rob Cassidy rule, where they're now supposed to have Band-Aids on hand. So I made it into the rule book.
Oh, nice.
Tim Nelson style. So part of the game now. But yeah, the goal is to get away from that reputation, but I guess I'm just not there yet. Thanks, Riley. Dang it, man. You're one of my favorite players on the tour, too. Got to sneak that in there, man. Love watching Riley play the game.
Yeah, that was a great question.
Cool.
I can actually relate to that because when I first started when I really started getting into pickleball, it was in the late fall, early winter. So I played a lot of indoor gymnasium pickleball, and I've always worn knee braces when I play. So there were times where I would run and slide to get a ball and make an epic save. So I kind of got used to that. And then when I was new to playing outdoor pickleball, I learned very quickly you should not try to do that same kind of sliding save because my knee brace got ripped up and my knee got ripped up. So I knew very quickly to stop doing that if I play outdoors or on a tennis court surface.
Yeah, the knee heals back, but then you got to go buy a new brace and all this. That's
right.
That's a hassle and a half right there.
Yeah, those things, the good ones are not cheap too. So
yeah, do the sponsors cover that, or do they? I mean, they know who you are, right?
What's a sponsor? I don't know what that is.
That's a great question, Webby. That's a great question. Nice.
All right, so we
cool.
We just heard from Riley. It's time for the next question, and this comes from another member of Newman Nation, and that is the lovely and talented Lindsay Newman Adams.
No, good.
Hey Rob, your favorite Newman here. There really isn't a whole lot of better people on the tour than you. You're sweet, you're kind, and you make everyone laugh. So I want to know, what brings you joy?
Wow. So much right here. So much, Lindsay. Thank you so much. And yeah, I do love the Newmans, Lindsay. Awesome. Oh my goodness. I am speechless. I really appreciate that. What brings me joy? I love that. And joy is one of my grandmother's favorite words. And yeah. And what brings me joy? I love making people laugh. That brings me joy. Joy to others is really kind of a big kicker for me. Laughing together, experiencing things together. I'm one of those guys who likes to kind of put the phones down, no texting, and kind of watch a show together, so you get to experience it at the same time. Yeah, it's not Dairy Queen. That's for darn sure.
Nice.
But if the Newmans are going to get Dairy Queen with me, that's a lot of joy. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of personal connections and things like that. So, I think joy is an incredible word. So thanks for bringing it up, for sure. Thanks, Lindsay, for the contribution. Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, that was an awesome question. Great deep question. Great answer. And speaking of the Newmans and blizzards, Eddie and I, we owe both Lindsay and Riley a large blizzard the next time we see them, because they took part in a challenge during the show when they were on, and they, as the Newmans always do, they succeeded in what they did, and we owe them a large blizzard.
That's good stuff. It's always a good experience when the Newmans are around. Lindsay, we miss you, and we'll see you back soon. We'll see you back soon for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, big fans of the Newmans. We now have a question from the one and only Chris Mills Miller.
Rob Cassidy, how's it going, buddy? Hey, quick shout out. Congratulations to the Chicago Open, taking 4th place with Jose. Awesome job. I feel really lucky that I got to meet you and take a trip up to Rochester and play against you and find you and make you my little protege for a while. We got to play some great tournaments, indoor and outdoor, actually. We had a great time. It was an honor. So my question to you is, tell me how you feel about indoors compared to outdoors. What do you like better? Maybe a favorite tournament of indoors and one of your favorite tournament outdoors, and maybe who you played with. Also, to give a much props to one of the best lefties in the game. You play with great emotion and intensity, and I got to remember when I ever play with you again, I got to match it. So take care, buddy. Love you. Talk to you soon. See you in Vegas.
That is so awesome. Oh, my goodness. How much did you guys have to pay him for that? Jeez, that was badass, man. Chris Miller, holy smokes, man. This is really cool, guys. This is really cool for me. I don't know if this happens every time, but this is really cool. Chris Miller! Woo! Chris Miller, man. Me and Chris got to play at an indoor international championship, and we took the gold together, and it was badass. We came through the winner's bracket. We didn't drop a match, and we won against Tyson McGuffin and Matt Goebel, two guys that I love, but two worthy adversaries, a gold medal that I'm very proud of. And I won it with Chris Miller, the one and only, man. So, hopefully his legendary status rubs off on me as much as possible. I'll also say, same guy, he's also perhaps jokingly said, you know what, Rob? If you weren't left-handed, you'd suck at pickleball. And I died laughing as soon as he said that, so that's fantastic. I like that he used the word protege as a B word that I thought he was going to use. He said little protege as opposed to little.
That's exactly what I thought too.
Like,
I thought my mind immediately
you
went to
little,
B word.
Yeah. Nice, Chris Miller in the house, man. So that's really cool. And I like the question too. He asked, how do I feel about indoors versus outdoors and whatnot? And I love them both. Obviously they're both pickleball, but for me, and some players outside of myself refer to me as a very, very advanced or a very good indoor player, which I appreciate that. But for me, they're two different games. I kind of treat them like two different games. There's a lot of different aspects of outdoor. The net is the most biggest difference. The indoor net is like is kind of a volleyball net where you can bully or push through the top of it, whereas outside that white tape on the top is very stern and true. But both have their place, and I love them both very well. I'm not afraid of the basketball court surface. I love that game. It's a very fun game, and as long as you have the right ball, I don't want to be a downer on any specific company or anything. But the Onyx indoor ball, in my opinion, currently is a little too bouncy, and what that means is, when you put the ball away, it bounces very high, gives them a lot of time to return that ball. And when you do a drop shot, no matter how fantastic it is, that ball's still going to bounce high and not reward the third shot drop as much. So the reason why I critique that ball is because it doesn't reward good pickleball. And that is frustrating for me when you're putting the ball away and you're like, geez, this point should have been over 6 putaways ago. It's a different game, and it's good for different. A lot of people like the indoor ball, but perhaps not at the pro top level. Like a 3-5, that ball might make a lot of sense. And in my opinion, the indoor white jugs ball happens to be the best indoor ball in the game. So fun. And people are like, indoor white jugs ball? That ball sucks. That ball is just a flat piece of crud, like doesn't go anywhere. And that's true, after it, has been being used for 4 years. People who have played with a white jugs ball, it's probably a 4-year-old ball. When those things are brand new, and the first time I experienced a brand new white jugs ball, I've been already playing the game for like 3.5 years, and I never experienced a brand new white jugs ball, was at the Indoor International when it was the official ball, and it was perfect. It just had that little bit of bite that you wanted from an indoor ball, but the max velocity made sense, the height made sense. So, go ahead and find out for yourselves out there. The white indoor jugs ball is a really, really nice ball to play the indoor game. It might revive, your passion or your love for the indoor game, because, with a crappy ball, you might dismiss the whole indoor game in general. So, I love indoor. I was born and raised indoor in pickleball, and I'm a fan of both.
Nice.
Thanks, Chris Miller.
Yeah, that was a great question, and I like Eddie and I have had this debate since the beginning when we first started playing pickleball. What's better, indoor or outdoor? With him being down in Florida, he's always preferred outdoor. At the beginning, I absolutely preferred indoor. I'm starting to like outdoor more and more, but like indoor on a tennis court surface to me is the absolute best.
Yep.
I learned to play on the gym court surface, so I'm totally fine on a gym court surface. But at the moment, indoor with like a dedicated pickleball court on a tennis court style surface, to me, you can't beat, because you don't have to worry about the elements. And for me, like I have such limited time to play pickleball as it is because of my day job and my schedule with my daughters and stuff like that. So I want to be guaranteed pickleball time. I don't want to have to rely on the weather to whether or not I can play and stuff. So to me, indoor on a tennis court surface is the way to go, but I do like outdoor play quite a bit these days. But yeah, that was a great question.
Sorry. That's good stuff, Webby. And then, when you do play indoor, on the outdoor surface, so it's technically you're playing outdoor pickleball indoors, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say, in terms of preference, make sure that you're playing on, what would be more of a dedicated net, because, outdoor pickleball with an indoor net doesn't mix as well. That ball is too fast and too hard for that bullyable net. You can really bully that tape. So yeah, that's outdoor pickleball indoors, definitely. But like you said, which one do you like better? And that's where I kind of differentiate. I treat them like two different games. I don't really compare them. I don't really compare them in terms of which one do I like better. I love them both as separate games. Yeah.
Nice. I like that. I'm the same way. I do like them both. I know some people that just absolutely hate indoor and won't even consider it.
Right.
That guy right
indoor
there.
on a gym court surface is the worst thing in the world. I hate it.
And I disagree. I would absolutely play indoors on a gym court surface than not play at all. So, what do you think about that, Eddie?
Fair enough.
I'd rather go dink by myself with the ball than do that. I hate it. It's so bad. Every time I play, it's like the ball just skids. I'm always like falling. It's just, I don't know. I hate it.
Yeah, I guess that just shows that I love the sport of pickleball more than Eddie does, because I'll endure the indoor gym court.
Or
surface.
It's because you live in Michigan and the weather sucks, and I left there to go after some amazing weather and some amazing pickleball down here in Florida. What do you think about that, boy?
Hey, I love pickleball so much, I will adapt to whatever conditions that I have to deal with.
Nice.
What do you think about that?
This is
boy.
Whoa. Let's go. It's 3-3 now in terms of tallies for Eddie and Webby. This is great.
Right.
All right. I say with that, we move on to the next question, because we've got plenty more great questions coming up. This next one comes from one of our favorites in the world of pickleball. This one is from Irina Tereshchenko.
Hey, Eddie and Webby. Hey, Robbie. Irina Tereshchenko is here. Great commentating last weekend at the Atlanta PPA. By the way, who is your favorite person to commentate with, and why? Thank you. Bye.
Yes. That was fantastic. Okay, if I had to think about my favorite person, it comes in like a stack of individuals. But Irina is definitely one of them. I loved having her on and doing that final with her. I felt like, we weren't overbearing and talking too much, but I felt like we had so much to talk about. Like I could just pick her brain in front of this audience, and it's just it's going to be so beneficial. We had so much to talk about. So fun to commentate with Irina. Awesome. Let me think. Okay, so I've had some fantastic experiences with Irina. I also got to go with Kyle Yates, kind of the first time that I got to do with Kyle Yates. That was super fun as well. Steve Paranto was a fantastic person to get to commentate with. First time me and Steve Paranto commentated, there was no mic. We were just talking about pickleball and watching a match. And and I loved it, man. I loved it so much. And I even learned from him then and there. He's one of the great players of the game. And he's one of the first pros that kind of leaked into my pro career as well. Steve Paranto, he gives back to the game in so many different ways. So shout out to Steve, for sure, for a lot of different reasons. Oh my gosh, I want to give it to Irina because I can't put anybody above her right now. This is great. Who else have I commentated with who I've loved? I do enjoy commentating with Michelle Esquivel as well. She knows her stuff as well. She brings a good energy as well. Frank Anthony Davis. Love talking with him while watching a match because he sees some crazy stuff that we just can't comprehend. Freaking Nationals 2018. I'm watching the gold medal match between Tyler Loon and Tyson McGuffin. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm about to learn so much about singles pickleball. And I was just like, what the hell is happening? I just couldn't even pick up a single thing. But when I got to commentate with Frank Anthony Davis at the East and West competition, just so articulate and insightful from Frank. So it was really cool to do that with him as well. And then let me see here. Rusty Howe, Pickleball Channel. He was fun to do it with as well. And whenever you can drag Lindsay Newman on the mic, do so because she is hilarious.
We got her last Beer City Open that we live streamed, the 2019, and she was a blast to have on there.
Yeah.
I pushed her in the back. To your booth to make sure that she did that. Yeah.
If I could share one thing about Irina that I love about her commentary, and I think it was during the World Pickleball Championship, she kept spouting off a lot of just personal facts about a lot of the individual players out there. And I think it was Scott Golden, was like, Irina, how do you know all this stuff? And she said these words that will forever, I hope, shape the entire rest of my life. She made such an impact with. And she said, I ask questions. And I'm like, that is so, like, how many times do we meet people out there in the pickleball world and we just get consumed with talking about pickleball? If you meet Irina, she's going to ask you questions about you as a person. She's going to want to get to know you and who you are at your core. And I really hope that we could just take a little nugget from that and apply that to our life, because it was so impactful to me when I heard her say those simple words.
Nice. That's the
second.
That's the second time during this Pros Asking the Pros where I get to refer to my grandmother again, Granny Carol Gardner, the same grandmother that loves that word joy. She always used to advocate and praise me for asking questions. She's like, oh yeah, I like that you ask the questions, So Irina and my grandmother have that in common as well. Just good people, positive traits. Yeah. Irina, thank you so much. Let's do it again because we're awesome. You're awesome. I might be awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, another great question. And one thing that was really cool at the beginning, you talked about your relationship with Steve Paranto. We actually have a question from Steve Paranto. So let's go to.
Heck yeah!
Actually, we have a couple of questions from him, and he's a great friend of ours and a true pickleball legend. And let's find out what question number 1 is from Steve Paranto.
Hey, Rob. Good morning. Wow, it's early here. I'm getting ready to jump on my boat and go fishing. 2 things I'll get up early for: playing pickleball and going fishing. We had a great time teaching that Level Up clinic together and bonding. I remember a couple of nights, things we did. We entered a trivia contest. We played some darts, and one night we went and took axe throwing lessons. And here's what I remember. You and I both thought that expert that taught us how to throw sure could be a better instructor. In fact, we kind of wanted to give him some advice on how to give some positive reinforcement. Could you tell all the other instructors out there your secret for using positive reinforcement?
Hell yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's such an honor to receive a question from Steve Paranto himself. Absolutely. And I remember those times so vividly and well. It's hilarious. That's hilarious. Awesome. Okay, yeah, let's get to his question. Steve Paranto, a fantastic instructor, and we got to work together. Some advice is for teaching. I'm going to hit it while I can. I'm going to share some of my best advice right off the bat, and this is from Rob Davidson himself. One of the early things he said to me was, if you're having fun, they're going to have fun. And I really like that, because you can't let a Debbie Downer out there or whatnot, pull you away from it and have all the other students, suffer for that as well. So as long as you're having fun, they're going to have fun. And if I could build off that from something of my own, is fun equals retention. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to remember it. They're going to remember that funny metaphor that you gave, or that joke. I'm not saying forced jokes or whatnot, but as far as psychology goes, fun equals retention. They're going to remember the lesson a little bit better when they have something to go with it, or that positive vibe that goes with it. So that's a couple things. Different people learn different ways, so you speak to that. Okay, just because there's people who are perhaps at a different level than other people, the reminders that you give people to bring them here is also going to escalate these people as well. So it's okay to kind of go through those things as reminders for those better players as well. Yeah, people have different learning styles, and sometimes it's not physical. It can be just a mental thing. A lot of players that I've found have a hard time slowing it down. When you say, hey, no, when you do it, try doing this. And they're like, okay, give me the ball. And then they go again, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow it down. You got to slow it down up here so you can start seeing things differently. I'm jumping around here, but I'll stick with, as long as you're having fun, they're going to have fun.
Very nice. I like
Steve
it.
Paranto.
That's right. And that's not it. We have another question here from Steve Paranto. So here's question number 2.
And my second question, Rob, is oftentimes I know your students will come watch you play in tournaments. You're a pro player. What do you like to make sure that your students will learn just by watching you play?
That's an awesome question. And the last thing I got to say about the first question is how he mentioned that axe tosser who was teaching us how to play. And he had not the best demeanor, and just kind of, no. Steve mentioned positive reinforcement. And as an instructor, it's important to reinforce what the players are doing correctly, just as much as, kind of correcting what they might be doing wrong. It's really important to point out what they're doing well and doing correctly so they can continue on that path as well. So positive reinforcement is just as strong a tool. Yeah, so for my students, I love when the students come out and watch us play. One of the best compliments that I received from a student at a tournament, this was on the East Coast, was they were like, oh, it's great watching you. They said that it's so great to watch you because you do what you teach. And that was a really cool compliment for me, because it just reinforced what I'm teaching. I'm not teaching people how to play. I'm not lying or fibbing or telling them to do this where I go off and do this. They told me that they love that I'm doing what I teach them, which is really cool. Also, it's also important to kind of to show players how to play the game correctly, and I mean that not from a strategic standpoint. How to play the game correctly. Win the game, lose the game. As a professional. Things can get muddy, or things can get intense or rowdy or whatnot. But at the end of the day, congratulate the SOBs who beat you, wish them good luck, and thank the ref, and just be thankful that you get to play the game. So etiquette is important to instill in your students as well. And the best way to do that is when they get to watch you play the game.
Awesome. That is great stuff.
Heck yeah.
Thanks again, Steve, for the questions. Now, before we get to the next video question, I think now is a good time to bring up a couple of social media comments that somebody left. This comes from a good friend of all of ours, and this comes from the Golden Boy himself, Scott Golden. He said, Cassidy Kid is the best. And the funny thing is, I'm not so sure if he was tuned in earlier, but he said Remember when remember when Rob Cassidy let me get there. Remember when Rob Cassidy took a little bite out of Eddie's burger thinking it was mine? He thought he was messing with me, but he took a huge bite out of Eddie's. So, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because we talked about that earlier in the episode. That is pretty great.
I guess it is true. Shoot. But this is pretty cool, guys. Can we take another excerpt to maybe check out the window here? Is that okay?
Let's do it.
Let's see if you can see this. We got that paddle's in his left hand. We got Pesa, a nice little lefty there, and I believe it's Steve Deacon and Eric Lang, team head, way in the background there. You're not gonna be able to see it. It's in the far court, just under the art. I could bring my whole laptop out there. We should do that. But it looks like Julio's still on the court. Unreal. But Steve Deacon and Eric Lang in the way background there. I probably can't zoom in, not a chance. But yeah,
That'd be nice if,
view out there.
That'd be so great if laptop cameras could zoom in. Oh, there we go. We got a better view though. Now we went full screen.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
A little bit of somebody.
Yeah. It looks like people are getting practice. Oh, I think that's not Staub. Nice, but people are enjoying the venue, and
very nice.
You got pros wandering around like it ain't no thing, huh? Interesting.
I like it.
Very nice.
Is there any way you
while
guys
you
could
get into
ship me like? Yeah.
Oh, what's that? Ship you what?
Ship me like 3 or 4 more Stellas. I'm getting dry over here.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's call down a room service. I'll have them bring it right up for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so before we get to the next video question, we do have one more comment from Scott Golden, and he says, Rob, don't tell them about the time that I was up in Rochester and I dove into the pool with my glasses on. Do you remember that?
So does that mean I get to? Does that mean I get to tell it?
Is he saying don't, or is he? Is that like?
Yeah, he said don't tell it. So let's just move on. Let's move on.
All right, I won't tell them about the time when Scott Golden, perhaps inebriated, mid-sentence dives into the pool with his glasses on, submerges from the pool, and I'm over by the pool just making sure he's okay. And we were just having a conversation. He was sitting on a beach chair, and he submerges from the water, no glasses, and he goes, "Excuse me, sir." It just refers to me as sir. He's like, "Sir, could you help me? I seem to have lost my glasses." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got you, Scott. I got you, buddy. Come on, buddy. Welcome to Rochester. We'll tuck you in. We'll tuck you in." But
nice.
Yeah. Play hard, work hard, all that good stuff.
I would love to see a drunk Scott Golden. I feel like that could be pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, you take it or leave it.
Okay. Yeah, some people aren't the best in the drunken state.
No, it's good to have him at the hometown, and yeah, I mean, Scott Golden's a fantastic commentator as well. I have fun commentating with him, and of course Johnny Pickleball is always fun on the mic as well. It's good to hear those guys.
Oh, for sure. Yep, he is great as well. But yeah, I say we move along with the pros asking pros questions segment. The next question comes from somebody that I would say is hands down probably the best player in the world right now at professional pickleball.
Let's go.
And that is Mr. Ben Johns.
Hey, Cassidy. I have some non-pickleball questions for you. First, what is your favorite Magic the Gathering card of all time? And second, what guild, 2-color combination, do you align with? Thanks. See ya.
Yes. Jesus. Okay. All right. This is great because, he just asked me some questions about a game that both of us play and Magic the Gathering. And we've been able to geek out before and some conversations. And the first time I found out he played was through your guys' show. So this is actually pretty funny. And I was actually kind of prepared for this question, which ironically, I'm not going to put too much thought into it. But my favorite card in Magic, and I'm a green mage, obviously. Oh my gosh. I was doing so well. I was doing so well, Ben. But it's fun, having things in common with these top players like me and Ben Johns. We share this, that we play Magic. Me and Tyson McGuffin, we were both wrestlers. And me and Riley Newman, we both have Osgood Slaughter, which is a growth knee thing that we both have. But anyway, to answer your questions, Ben, and to hopefully hastily move on. Hastily. Get it, Ben? Get it? I'm going to go with Rancor. One green mana for enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and trample. When Rancor is put in your graveyard, it goes back to your hand. Pretty valuable stuff. Anyway, moving on. I'm not going to explain that at all. Ben Johns is asking what guild I associate with. That's tough, man, because I'm green. I'm very green, but at the same time, there's no color combinations that I don't feel like I associate with. So all I can say is green +1, green and. I'm Gruul. I'm Simic. That's enough.
Yeah, I was thinking the green +1 also with the thing about the stuff that you said there. I think that was pretty good.
Nice. Thanks, Eddie.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. At least finally somebody understands me.
I know, it's just, the green +1. I mean, duh.
Ben Johns, did you guys see that outfit?
Yeah, so
Dude
I was going to make
Never not styling, that kid.
He looked styling, but at first when he had the thing around his neck, I'm assuming that was his mask, but the way it was around his neck, I felt like he looked like a flight attendant. Like he was ready to walk around and hand out peanuts and cocktails pre-COVID, right? Because you can't have
I'm thinking more of a bandit, more of like a Wall Street bandit, where not only he's going to steal like your stocks and whatnot, but he's also going to, rob you in person, just as like a wild westerner or something.
Yeah.
But he looks great, man. I saw him crushing it in Atlanta. He had a fantastic jacket on. Not saying I was envious, but I did bust his chops about it.
Yeah. Always looking
Ben
good.
Johns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, this next question is going to come from someone who, man, I enjoy watching her play very much. And that is none other than Jessie Irvin.
Hey, Rob. Hope all is well. I've got a couple questions for you. First one, in your opinion, how many places should get paid out at a professional tournament and why? Second question, how would you change the rating system to make it more fair and accurate?
Okay, let me just get over the fact of, the honor of being asked these fantastic questions by these fantastic pros. I love it. Thank you, Jessie, for the question. It's really, really an honor. All right, she said rating system, and then the other thing, how many people get paid out? Nice.
Yep.
These are fantastic questions and important to the game. So it's nice to hear players like that ask these questions, ask the important questions, because that means they care about the game. And I love that. Let's start with the rating system. I mean, good gracious. We got the PPA that's separate from the USAPA, and then there's Pickleball Global, where it's a whole different rating system with some select tournaments, which is insane. So facts of being what they are right now, I've yet to really commit to one that I kind of believe in. What's your rating? Whatever it is, it's invalid for the most part or whatnot. It really needs to become kind of an all-encompassing, and that's tough to. It's easier said than done with the USAPA kind of doing their best to govern the situation, but in order for an event, in order for the results from a tournament to be represented with the USAPA standings, it's got to be a sanctioned tournament, and there's so many huge unsanctioned tournaments out there that mean a lot. I don't even know if the Atlanta this weekend was sanctioned. I know that it contributed towards the PPA rankings, but it certainly did not, if it wasn't sanctioned, go towards the USAPA ratings. So, we all know the US Open isn't a sanctioned tournament, so those results do not go towards. And so in that regard, it's kind of a mess right now. I have not posed a solution yet, but I just kind of brought up what the problems are. It really needs to be one, and hopefully we head towards a consolidated rating system. That would be the hopeful answer, that in some way, shape, or form, each tournament that a player contributes to contributes towards their overall rating. The World Pickleball Championships, that was a fantastic, huge event. It was the biggest event at the end of 2019. Unsanctioned. It only applied towards the Pickleball Global rankings. So right now it's really tough. It needs to become consolidated in some way. Pickleballtournaments.com comes to mind. I don't believe that all tournaments need to go through pickleballtournaments.com. That's kind of a monopolistic look at it. I do love how Pickleball Tournaments has really stepped up their game in terms of how smooth tournaments are going. Not only Melissa McCurley herself, but there's been tournaments where Melissa McCurley was not present, and her, I'll call them understudies, really stepped up to the plate and allowed for a fantastic tournament. Specifically Myrtle Beach last year was really, really well done in the absence of Melissa. Melissa, we love you. But one overall rate, every tournament should apply towards it, and every tournament needs to be seeded by the tournament director, and not just of their own specific realm. There's the PPA and the PPA rankings, and that makes sense, but as we move forward, there needs to become one. Which one should it be? I don't think we're there yet. The USAPA, very positive association, but I would love to see them much more game oriented than association oriented. That's just what the vibe I get, and I'd love to not feel that vibe. Sorry for really going off on that. How far should tournaments pay out? First place only, obviously. No, just kidding.
That's it.
You know, as the brackets get bigger and bigger and the fields get deeper and deeper, I can't agree with the fact that, you know, you take fourth place and you make no money, especially at the top level. I really feel that the field should be deeper than first, second, third, perhaps down to sixth. Somebody could probably provide an argument to go to eighth. And, you know, this will come with when more money comes into the game. But fourth is badass. And, you know, fourth gets forgotten because they don't get that medal, but they should certainly be recognized for what they did that day. You know, it takes like a 7-2 record to acquire a fourth place, and to come all that way and to show nothing for it, to not even get your money back for the entrance fee, is harsh. So I'll go with sixth place for right now. Props to eighth, you know, congratulations, but you took eighth place. But maybe down to fifth or sixth. TOC did that back in the day, and it was really cool to receive something for your efforts and for being there. So yeah, I'm gonna lock in with down to sixth place, Jesse, and I hope that the game gets to a point where the pros receive some sort of compensation just for being there, because we make the show. You know, get that Happy Gilmore last place check. Thank you for coming. But you know, we're still in early stages of the game, and hopefully it continues to evolve in the right direction.
That's exactly what Webby and I are trying to do, is to get it, because we think that you pros do an amazing job, and we just want to continue to build that recognition that you guys get.
For sure. I mean, because I totally agree with you. Like, I know a lot of people that will only sign up for a tournament if they know certain pros are going to be there. I mean, like, oh, who do we got here?
Ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Stratman making an appearance at the Las Vegas event. Lauren, what's that?
I'm here to charge my phone.
Oh, you're here. She's here to charge her phone?
And drop my bag off.
Okay, and then you're going to head to the courts and practice?
Yes.
Lauren, who are you playing with this weekend?
I am playing with Dackle Bar
Whoa!
and Christina Coakley.
Whoa!
I'm very excited.
Nice.
Hi, Eddie.
Nice.
Hey, Lauren.
Hey.
Nice. Hey.
Lauren, oh, they said hi.
Okay.
Nice. Lauren, you look fantastic. Thank you so much for being here.
Tell her great job last weekend.
They wanted to make sure that you know you did a great job last weekend.
Oh, thank you.
Kicked butt. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
How about that, guys?
Love it.
Very cool.
Sorry,
I love it. Yeah, I love when the unexpected happens during the live show. That's exactly why we do this live. We love stuff like that.
I think you guys said something that I definitely want to hear. You guys said that you wanted the sport to go in that same direction, and you guys were doing something about that as well. Is that a memory refresher there?
That's kind of what our whole podcast and you know, and a lot of what we do is turned into. Like, we think that you pros are, and sorry, Webby, I'm going to talk on both of our behalf here, but we think that you pros, like, you guys do an amazing job, and I don't want to make you guys like, oh my God, you're victims, but I don't think that you've received the recognition that you deserve for how talented you are at this sport. And I think it's just a matter of the sport needs to grow, but at the same time, we still want to make sure that you guys get the recognition that you deserve for all the hard work and effort you put into it, because I know a ton of pickleball players who don't even know that there's a pro circuit out there. And that makes me sad to hear that. And so that's part of what we want to do. We want to spread that word. We want to highlight you guys so that way you ultimately do get get that kind of recognition that, and I've said it like 6 times, that you deserve.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And it's hard, it's hard sometimes for us. Like, I don't mind that there's players out there that haven't heard of us. Everybody plays for different reasons, like, someone can still love the game of baseball, but not know who the second baseman is for the same team that's in their area or whatnot, and they can still love baseball in a very genuine way. But at the same time, for everything that we do for the game, the show that we bring, and still having to kind of struggle to make that happen, it can be hard. It can be hard.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why we did a spin-off podcast. We have the Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby Show. We have that show for when Eddie and I just want to kind of talk, just the two of us, but we want our main podcast to really be an outlet for people to get to know the pros. I mean, because like so many people, like there's a lot of people that once they get to know you guys like on a personal basis, like it gives them like an extra connection. They hear your backstory, and it's like, wow, this is an awesome person. I want to check them out and see them play in person and stuff like that. So hopefully that gets hopefully that's clear on our like one of our goals and stuff like that.
We got a good crew. I mean, the game's dope, but our pros are dope. Like we have the top 10 on the top 20 on the women's side and the men's side. It's good people. Good people, that's a broad statement, but like interesting people, beautiful people, like just like intense athletic people. It's a good crop of athletes that play this dang game.
For sure. And Eddie and I have talked about this numerous times with the first Beer City Open. We were at that tournament. We didn't know anything at all about the pro circuit, but seeing you guys play, seeing the pro level players play, like that just lit a fire on us. We were like, we want to try and get close to this level. I doubt we'll ever get to that level, but we want to get as close as we can to that level, because this is a lot different version of pickleball than what we're playing at the rec centers and the YMCAs and stuff like that.
For sure.
But
for sure.
I love it. We still got a couple more pros asking pros questions though, so I say we move right along.
Let's do it.
So when I think of the funniest people in the world of pickleball, the first names that pop into my head right away are Rob Cassidy.
Thanks, Webby.
And also the person that's going to ask this next question, and that is Mr. Morgan Evans.
Morgan Evans.
Rob Cassidy. How are you, mate? The good people at the Eddie and Webby Corporation have asked me to ask a question. And, before I do that, I've got to tell you, you're one of my favorite Robs. You outside of, say, Robert De Niro, Robert Redford, Robert Duvall, Robert Downey Jr., Robert Downey Sr., yeah, he's got a dad. Rob Thomas, he's a good musician. I like his stuff. Rob Davidson, such a nice guy. There's a couple of Robs at my club. They seem nice. I think I met a guy named Rob on the bus the other day. He was good. He was good. But outside of those people, you're my favorite Rob. So my question for you is, let's think of something here. Yeah. You'd think I would have planned for this. All right. Here's a question. How long have you been left-handed? It's probably been a while now. All right, I'll think of something better. Okay, here it is. Do you think the Coach Me Pickleball subscription service is possibly too comprehensive? Or is it just the right level of detail? Hope you're well, mate. Take it easy. See you at the next tournament.
Nice. Nice. Yes. 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 Morgan Evans. Another person I'm honored to receive a question from. Morgan Evans for sure. And Morgan, you are my number one, Morgan. And you hold that title just above Morgan Freeman. So, when it comes down to who I want to put me to bed at night with their voice, it's you and not him. hands down. But nice. Is the ME coaching pickleball too comprehensive? Some might say. But as far as my porridge goes, it's the perfect amount of comprehension. Morgan Evans has his own video teaching on the Coach Me, ME, Morgan Evans, and he does a really good job from what I've seen, and it is extremely comprehensive and beneficial. Like I said, when you're teaching different things at different levels, it's even a good reminder for those people who already know to develop their game as well. So I would definitely recommend reaching out to it. Give him a subscribe if you're looking for other ways to improve your game outside of direct exposure to a pro. Yeah, and if I could just say one other thing about Morgan Evans, I appreciate the positive feedback when it comes to commentary, but he's always the standard that I keep in mind when I do my commentary. I've gotten to do it with him in the beginning, when it was me, him, and Sue Wong at the beginning at the SoCal Classic, sharing this dang game, and he's definitely one of my favorite people to do it with, and yeah, I'll always hold it to the Morgan Evans standard when I'm on the mic, for sure.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Morgan Evans, and there you go, Morgan. It's the Coach Me Pickleball subscription is just the right amount of detail, according to Rob Cassidy, so you can sleep well at night knowing that. And
take that to the bank.
Great stuff. All right, so to conclude today's Pros Asking Pros questions segment, we actually have a fun little segment. It's going to involve all of us. And this comes from our good friends Kenny Chow and Maggie Raminzi Chow.
Hey Rob, how's it going? Ken and I are here to ask you a few questions.
All right, so we got a game for you. It's 6 rounds. Eddie and Webby, you guys can play along too. We're going to give you a matchup of fictional characters. We want you to tell us who you think would win in a singles match in pickleball.
All right, first up, Mario versus Luigi.
Nice.
All right, so
Mario.
Rob, you can go first. You're the man of honor tonight, so we'll have you go first. Who do you think would win, Mario or Luigi?
Mario. If you've ever played any of the Nintendo games, if you've ever played Mario Tennis, you know that Mario is the superior character select decision. So Mario's going to take that game. He's just got solid, better footing. Luigi's a little too airy with his movements. Not enough density in Luigi. So Mario's going to take this one for sure. Let's go to the footage.
All right. Yeah, I don't know about you, Eddie, but I 100% agree. Especially in Super Mario Brothers 2, Luigi just has that just such clumsy footwork. It's just not smooth. It's hard to get the timing just right when you play as Luigi. So I 100% agree. Mario comes out victorious.
So in singles, I do agree that Luigi might be a little clumsier, but I've noticed that the more weight I lose and the better shape I'm in, the better I am at singles because I'm able to get balls back in play. And Mario does have a little bit of that beer gut where Luigi's a little bit leaner. So I think I'm going to go with Luigi on this one.
Okay,
big mistake,
you're
but,
wrong.
we respect
You're wrong, but okay.
But here's the thing. And Mario's got the same first and last name, right? You got Mario and Luigi Mario. I mean, who's got the same first and last name? Come on, get out of here.
Is that really their last name? I've never heard that.
Well, they're the
before.
Mario brothers. So, right?
It's just because Mario's so superior that they just it's you're Mario's brother, Luigi? Oh, cool. Look at that's Mario's brother. The Mario Brothers. That's what I always assumed anyway.
Yeah, Mario takes the cake.
All right, well, that was round 1 of 6, so let's see what's going on in round 2.
Second round, we're going Saitama versus Sonic.
Oh my gosh. I'll let you guys go first.
So to be honest, I have no idea who either of those people are. So
Not a clue.
I'm gonna say Sonic just because I think of Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sonic the Hedgehog is fast as hell. So I'm gonna say Sonic just because of that. I don't even know which one of those is Sonic.
It's a shame, boys, because the clear answer
Yeah.
is Saitama. It's Saitama, hands down, baby. One of my fictional role models, Saitama. Fantastic. Season 1 of One Punch Man is worth looking into. It's a good show. Hilarious.
Okay.
Interesting. All right, I do want to put a comment up on the
Thank you,
screen
Kenny.
right here. I do want to put a comment on the screen. It's from Scott Lippitz, and he says full name is indeed Mario #truth. Well, if Scott Lippitz says it and puts #truth, then I guess we know it's true.
It's real.
See that? I got a lot of problems with that statement there, Webby. Yeah.
Yeah, I have never heard that before. Like if that's true, I'm ashamed of myself, but like how have I never heard that before? Their last name is Mario?
And guys, I got to tell you, there's been a lot of comments supporting Luigi here. We got one from Kenny Chow basically saying wrong. Or no, Luigi has the length. Thought. We got one here from Laura McLaughlin saying wrong. Mario is shorter, fatter, and older. And we have one from Andre Paul saying Luigi is taller and leaner. He'll get balls Mario can't. Boom! I got the Facebook behind me there.
I'm pretty sure we already covered earlier. You can't judge a book by its cover, and these people that commented are all judging books by covers.
Go ahead and get your Nintendo 64s out. Give it a little test run, some Mario versus some Luigi, and you'll find out real quick that you'll wish you were playing with Mario.
All right.
Mario.
100% agree. 100% agree. All right, so let's go to round 3 of the challenge from Maggie and Kenny.
Third round, we're going Bill S. Preston versus Theodore Logan.
Tie for me, but Keanu Reeves also played the one in The Matrix, so he's gonna get it.
Yeah, my vote goes to Keanu Reeves. Whatever Keanu Reeves is involved in between those two guys, that's got my vote.
Keanu Reeves could show up at my house and like punch me in the stomach and like just, be a jerk, and I would be so honored by it because the guy is just absolutely amazing. So I'm going with Theodore Logan, not Bill S. Preston Esquire. I forgot the Esquire at the end of that.
Crushing it. Eddie's crushing it.
So round 3 is the first round that we all agree on, so that's good.
Yep.
All right, what's going on in round 4? Who do we got?
Fourth round, we've got The Rock versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
that is a tough one. That is a tough one for me.
I love it. I love it. Who's gonna?
What you gonna do, brother?
That's gonna be good. That's good. I want to say Rock real quick, but I really feel like Hulk Hogan could get like a little bit of mental edge on him and just kind of make Rock shake, But The Rock's got a solid mental game as well, Just to burn down the sideline with a 6-second stare down at Hulk Hogan. Who wouldn't want to see that? I'm The Rock. It's The Rock. I'm giving it to The Rock. I love Hulk Hogan, but I'm giving it to The Rock.
All right, that's a good
Webby?
answer. That's a tough one for me. I've been a lifelong wrestling fan. I was a Hulkamaniac from the age of 3 until now, even. But man, you got to give it to The Rock. It's got to be The Rock. I mean, come on. The Rock is the most electrifying man in sports entertainment and all of Hollywood. You got to give it to The Rock.
Yeah, man. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, in the kitchen,
right.
what he's cooking up, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yep.
Great questions,
what do you think,
Kenny
Eddie?
and Maggie.
I'm gonna go with my buddy Andre Paul here and say hashtag Team Hogan. Hear me out.
Nice.
The Rock spends all of his time exercising and in movies and on social media, and he's great at it, and he's an amazing guy. And I bet you he could show up on the court, and he could probably compete at a 4-0 level. But Hulk Hogan has been living that beachfront retired life for years now, and he just kind of looks like a ripped version of 60% of the people I play with in Naples. So I bet you he's going to be one of those guys that he might not have the strength that The Rock brings to it, but he's going to have the experience to be able to take it to The Rock. And if they were in a singles match, I bet you the Hogan would take it in game 3, and it would be 11-7 in game 3.
Nice. As long as
Okay.
I'm commentating with Morgan Evans, then we're good.
Yeah, this was one where I can't disagree with you too much. I feel like either answer was good. The Rock was the correct answer, but I'll give you points for Hogan on that one.
We'd be rooting for Hogan.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So who do we got in the next round?
Fifth round, Mr. Rogers versus Tom Hanks.
Oh. Wow.
I'm going Mr. Rogers. Absolutely. I can't imagine Mr. Rogers' patient game would just be on point, and I just can see him like frustrating the heck out of Mr. Hanks.
Oh man. To be honest, I feel like this one's even harder than Hogan versus The Rock because I love both of those men. Man. Yeah, I mean, I agree with what Rob said, but to be honest, I'm going Tom Hanks on this one.
I'm going to go with Mr.
Wilson.
Rogers, and here's why.
They're not going to use a Wilson ball, that's for sure.
I'm
All
going
right,
with Mr.
why?
Rogers, and here's why. Because you're right. He's got the patience. He's going to show up at the court singing It's a Beautiful Day on the pickleball courts, and he's going to change his shoes off to the side. And Tom Hanks is going to be like, what? What are you doing? Like trying to get him on the court. Those are my impressions. And as you can tell, that's why I don't do impressions very often.
Well, I kind of agree with what Mr. Scott Lippitz has to say here. Is there a patient game in singles?
I forgot it was singles, but yes. Yes, there is.
Okay. I feel like there can be.
That's a
but,
fantastic. They refer to it as the cat and mouse, but is there a patient game in singles? That's a great question. That's a great question, Scott.
And I feel like Scott's point is why I'm right on this one. So we can move along to the next one. And,
yeah, taking the net at the right
that was a
time,
tough one.
things
That was
like
a tough
that.
one. That's another one where I feel like you can't go wrong. I mean, 'cause come on, Mr. Rogers. I mean, he's the man. And, and I feel like Tom Hanks would almost like feel bad, even if he was like destroying Mr. Rogers on the court. Tom Hanks might kind of lay off a little bit, and then Mr. Rogers will just come in and destroy him out of nowhere, catch him off guard because Mr. Rogers is smart. Like the elderly, they have like the smarter game. I feel like. So I don't know. They're very good one, but here we go with the sixth and final round.
And then in the sixth round, we've got White Castle Man versus
Webby.
All right, guys, tell us who you got.
Wow.
That's great. That's great. Who's going
I feel
first?
like most people tuning in have no idea what that what that was even all about.
Yeah, you should probably specify that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this
Specify.
I can't remember if this might have been brought up in the past, but I don't know for sure. But White Castle Man is an alter ego that I created, and it also caused me to become inducted into the White Castle Hall of Fame. And that is no joke. If you go to the White Castle headquarters, my name is on a plaque in a hallway of the White Castle headquarters. I am part of the White Castle Hall of Fame, and it's because I created the character White Castle Man. That costume you saw, it was a costume that I created from scratch. I wore that during a Halloween costume. I submitted that costume into a costume contest that White Castle had. I won that contest, and a few years later, I got inducted into the White Castle Hall of Fame. So, not to toot my own horn, but that is true. But the question
So
is,
it's a trick
who would
question.
win in a match?
It's a Batman.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a Batman
So,
complex. It's the same person. You can't have it.
Yeah. I feel like is who would win, Bruce Wayne or Batman?
Exactly.
I do have a very distinct answer here.
Okay, let's hear it.
Webby. You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because no person in their right mind would ever eat White Castle the day before or the day of playing singles, because that would be setting yourself up for an absolute disaster.
That's a great answer. And to be honest, ever since I started playing pickleball, I don't eat White Castle nearly as much as I used to. Like, it's a very rare occurrence these days. And it's because I love White Castle. But if I eat White Castle, I need to be home for at least 2 days afterwards because I need to not have any plans because my stomach might have some problems.
Yep.
Not going to lie. What do you think, Rob? What's your answer? You probably have no idea what's going on right now with that whole.
Oh, it's a trick question. I knew before you even came clean, man. I was gonna say trick question because of the same person. It's the Batman complex. Just like Ben Johns will never beat Batman on the court because he is Batman. So.
He is. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's true.
Very true. Yeah, but that was very fun segment, and that concludes the pros asking pros questions segment for the episode.
Nice.
Well, Rob, I
was
want
really
to
fun.
hand it to you. You have now set a I don't even know what the right term is. You've now earned an award, a medal for something on the show. And do you know what that is?
I do not.
It is the longest show that we've had up to this point with our guest.
No,
Yes.
shoot.
You know,
Jeez,
Irina
I feel like
came
it's only been
close, but I think Irina was a little bit less than you. So as of right now, I believe you are the longest show. And we're not over yet because I want to give you an opportunity to talk about a few things if you're good with that.
Great. This is the longest half hour of my life. This is fantastic. I'm glad to be here with you guys. So this is great.
I love it, man. Well, you've been an awesome guest tonight here.
yeah.
We want to
Thanks
talk
for
about
having
you a little bit more, though, and what you have going on right now and kind of the future when it comes to pickleball. So I know you're not doing a whole lot. You're not traveling a whole lot. You don't have this clinic where you're traveling around or anything like that, right?
Yeah. That's that's the exact opposite what's occurring for sure. Yeah, we've been somewhere every single weekend for the past however many. I mean, this Las Vegas tournament was this first time I've flown since February for obvious reasons. Usually when I teach, I'm around a certain population, and I try my best outside of being on the court to give them as much respect as possible. So I've been trying to do things right. And early, I said that I'm not going to fly until after August, and here we are. So my first flight was here to Vegas. But that being said, I've been on both sides of the country these last couple months. It's been really wild. Me and Michelle Esquivel traveling together and teaching together with the Ultimate Pickleball Academy. We've been having a lot of success and positive feedback. There's also the Engage Pickleball camps that go really well. It's always nice to be a part of those. And then, of course, Level Up, like Steve Paranto mentioned earlier. Those are really good experiences for campers. So get out there and learn for sure. Any exposure you can get from pros and their insights and expertise is, definitely want to be exposed to that. And, the tournament scene and everything that's been going on, and the tournaments that aren't happening and the tournaments that are happening, there's a lot of pressure as a pro player to either be there or don't be there. And it just comes down to, how much time do you have left? I mean, I'm 31 now, and how many more years do I get to compete at the top level? How many more years do I get to reach for whatever title is out there? I'm here to play, so we try to do it right as best we can, and it's been a really good ride. We've been working hard, so hopefully people enjoy it.
Well, for sure, man. Well, you guys are
What was
definitely
the
making a
question?
splash. Yeah, I mean, no, basically what you said there, that you got a lot of stuff coming up here. You guys have been traveling around or whatever, but obviously I want to give you an opportunity here to be able to talk about maybe any of the sponsors that you have and or ways that people can kind of follow you on your pickleball journey here in the future as well.
Nice. I'm pretty evasive, as they would say, so I'm not an easy guy to keep track of. But hey, keep an eye on the APP and the PPA. They do very great live feeds, and I'm sure they're going to bring you some live action this weekend. If you ever hear me on the mic live streaming, feel free to give me a shout out. I always love it. Engage Pickleball and the Engage Pickleball camps. They make some pretty darn good paddles. I use them by choice, and they support me for that. So I appreciate them as well. And as far as sponsors go, I will continue to try to build my repertoire. But I'm open to be getting supported, and we have to support ourselves any way we can in this game. But yeah, I can feel in my heart, which is what I follow, that there's great things to come. So keep a lookout for me, because I'm not going anywhere.
I love it, man. This has been a lot of fun. I feel like there were so many questions, though, that I didn't even get a chance to ask you tonight. So I'm hoping you'll come on again in the future, because we'd love to keep this conversation going.
Yeah, man, this has been great. We got the month of October around the corner. I don't know if you guys are still making comments in, or if everybody's just kind of sleeping at this point on our 3.5 hour here of the Eddie and Webby Show. But yeah, October is going to be fun. As we all know, the holiday of Halloween is in the month of October, so you might see some crazy stuff this month coming from Rob Cassidy. We're going to follow up the turtle, see if we can get some more special guests out there on the court.
Love it, man.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you again for coming on. Any other words of wisdom you'd love to leave the thousands, millions of people that are listening and tuning in right now with?
Oh man.
The
Oh
millions
my god.
and the millions. Sorry, I had to do a little rock imitation there.
Nice. Let's see. So many things from life translate into the game of pickleball, and so many things from pickleball translate into life. So take those positive experiences and bring them together. This game is a bridge between generations, which is one of my favorite parts about it. I want this game to be accessible to everybody. So if we can get this involved in more schools and more people who need it, that's where I'm going to be heading with my goals. You know, the people who come out to lessons are the people who can afford them, or you know, and we want to spread the game to them as well. But we also we want to bring the game to people who can't afford it or don't have an outlet of hearing about this game. So get into some inner city schools and kind of changing lives. I mean, there's not a player out there that doesn't know somebody where pickleball has changed their life for the better. So you know, as a true advocate for the sport, we're going to keep that going, and respect your pros, respect your elders, and just remember where you came from. It's a great game. We'll keep it going.
Awesome, Rob. Thank you again.
Hell yeah.
Good luck this weekend. Really appreciate you taking the time to spend the evening with us. Have fun in
Yeah,
Vegas, and we'll be seeing you soon, man.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for having me, Eddie and Webby, all the fans and supporters out there. We love you, and we'll see you next time. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Rob. See you, man.
Man,
Wow.
that was so awesome. I mean, there are so many great people involved in professional pickleball, and Rob is definitely up there at the top of the list as one of my favorites. It's such a fun night.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've always enjoyed Rob Cassidy. He's an easy to talk to guy, but one of the things about him, and I think this is something that he kind of commented on, is that he's a very inclusive person. So he wants to make his environment very inclusive for people, very welcoming. You just feel a really good, calm sense when you're around him, and that's what I've always appreciated about him.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. First time I met him was last year at the Beer City Open, and like we talked about earlier, he hijacked the podcast when we were
Yeah.
live at Perrin Brewing, and that was such a fun experience. I mean, it was so great having him there with us, and he was there for almost the whole night, which I loved.
Mhm.
And like he did like a whole trivia segment. He had great questions that he asked all the other pros that sat down with us. I mean, and yeah, such a nice guy, such a hilarious guy, knowledgeable guy. I mean, he's like the total package.
The total package. I like that. And if you guys haven't had a chance to watch him play too, he's electric on the court too, man. He has such a strong presence. You could be 10 courts away and you can sense that he's playing. He's incredibly fast. He's got some of the fastest hands in the game, and he's a lot of fun to watch as well. So not only is he a good guy off the court, he's a lot of fun to watch on the court as well.
Yeah, very fun and entertaining to watch play the game of pickleball. That clip that we played earlier when he was on, man, that was epic. Like he was diving, he was sliding, he was crouching, everything. He was doing everything to save the point, and then they got the point. That was great.
Everything. And I got to tell you, man, the pros asking pros questions tonight, I feel like were some of the best that we've had. So kudos to you guys who, I know you guys are all busy out there, the pros that submit questions, but we really appreciate you taking the time to record yourself and send something over. And I really hope you guys enjoy that segment. One of the things that Webby and I really try to do is highlight the social side of pickleball and really get to know these pros a lot. And I feel like we get a little bit of an insight into the inner circle of these pros and their relationships with the pros asking pros questions. And I love it. I actually can't believe that those videos on YouTube don't get thousands and thousands of views, because there's some of my favorite videos out there about kind of the social side of pickleball.
Oh, for sure. And what I absolutely love is, like, we don't give any direction whatsoever about the questions that get asked. We just say, hey, so-and-so is going to be on the show tonight. Do you want to submit a question for them? And I always say it can either be about pickleball or it doesn't have to be, whatever you feel like. And then whatever they send us, that's what we do. And I love the questions they ask, because you never know what they're going to ask. Sometimes it's like a super deep pickleball question, like Jesse Irvin asked tonight. Sometimes it's something totally off the wall and not pickleball related, like Ben Johns asked. He asked what his favorite Magic the Gathering card and what his guild preference is. I mean,
Right.
I love it. I love stuff like that, especially when it's somebody that's close friends with them and maybe might ask like an inside joke or tell something that nobody would ever know of had they not asked or talked about it during the show. I mean, it's just, I love it. And I hope people appreciate it. And I hope more people start watching it because it really gives a good inside look at the personal lives of these pros.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think if we went to other professional sports circuits that there would be this same level of camaraderie and friendship, as well as the same number of just really good, fun, positive people that are in the pro circuit like there is with pickleball?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, they might have good camaraderie and friendship, but there's no chance that they would like invite us into that world. I feel like that's the main difference is like there's no way that other sports, other pro sports would be so accepting of the amateurs of the sport. I mean, that's what I love about pro pickleball is they totally understand that without the amateurs, there would be no pro pickleball. Like without the people that tune into the live streams, without the people that pay the tournament fees to go to these tournaments, they totally acknowledge and appreciate that, and they love getting close and personal with the amateurs that are fans of theirs and stuff like that. And that's definitely something you'll never see in most other pro sports.
Yeah. This was an amazing night. So happy we were able to have Rob on as a dedicated guest. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know him a little bit better. I learned a lot tonight, and I felt like I knew Rob pretty well before this. So hope you guys enjoyed that. And Webby, is there anything else that we want to be able to talk about this evening?
I actually do have one thing I want to bring up. It's something pretty cool that happened recently. During episode 72 of the podcast, we had Riley Newman on the show, and he was telling us about his sponsorship with BRD Sport. And that's a company that makes braces like for knees, wrists, stuff like that. Well, they heard us talking to him about that, and they heard me mention how I have a knee issue and that I would like to check out their product sometime. Well, they were actually nice enough to contact me and send me a knee brace. And I've got to tell you, I've worn it the last few times I played pickleball. It is by far the best knee brace I've ever tried. You know very well, I've had knee issues for a very long time. Ever since it was I think it was like the year 2000, maybe the year 2001, something like that. I completely tore my ACL. Ever since then, I've had pretty bad knee problems. It's restricted what I do. But anytime I do anything active, I have to wear a knee brace. And the knee brace that they sent me from BRD Sport is by far the best I've ever tried. We're not sponsored by them or anything. They were just nice enough to send me one to try it out. And I am definitely going to purchase another one because they sent me one. I want to get one for the other knee because both my knees actually have problems, but it doesn't slide down from my knee at all. It provides awesome support. It's not the cheapest brace, wrists, I think even Achilles heel type issues and stuff like that. So that's just something that we like to do here. If we try a product that we like and that we genuinely are fans of, we want to let you guys know about it. And they're not paying for this. They are not a sponsor of ours. It's just something that I tried and absolutely love. So I think if anybody is like me and has problems like that, you should definitely give it a try. But I do want to thank the fine folks at BRD Sport for sending me that knee brace to give it a try. And I'll definitely be purchasing one of their things in the very near future.
Nice. Definitely check them out. I'm lucky I don't have knee problems, knock on wood. Otherwise, I'd probably check into them as well. And I'm also 38, and I have the body of a 38-year-old. You're 39
Right.
and the body of a 60-year-old. So
yeah,
it works out like
not
that.
gonna lie, I'm jealous of you. The fact that you don't need a knee brace. I wish I did not need knee braces, but if I ever play, like I play every once in a while without a knee brace, and I'm struggling for 2 or 3 days afterwards to walk normal because of it. So I got to at least wear compression pants. I got compression tights, compression pants. If I wear those, at least I'm not in too bad of shape. But I've got to wear something. I can't go with naked knees.
Can't do the nude knees, huh?
Nope, no nude knees.
That's hilarious. Well, that was a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Is there anything else you want to talk about this evening?
No, that was such a fun night, such an awesome night. I feel like we easily could have talked to Rob for another hour or so, but I can't believe it's already been 2.5 hours. This is crazy.
2.5 hours, but entertaining the whole time.
Yeah.
Guys, this was a blast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much. This is episode 73, which means there's 73 of you out there still. And guess what?
What?
We love you to bits. Thank you so much for tuning in. And on that note, I'm Eddie.
And until next time, this is Webby, not Eddie, signing off.
See ya.